Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. MMA on a Friday. A Cuban on a Friday. Fat on a Friday. Fuga on a Friday.
I can rub my nipples to the sexy little beat. Me reading the news makes your chode wanna skeet. Watching MMA makes my knees so weak. Points to JBH, mission complete.
Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Stop the points game right now. I'm gonna roll the die of doom. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday. Fuga Friday. We gonna drink, smoke, food on a Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Fuga Friday. Yeah, Jesse. Yes. Wonderful. We are back. We are live. It is Fuga Friday once again. And Dana White, was he caught red-handed? UFC 235 is tomorrow night. Stacked card, fantastical card. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be playing the points game. And we have the beautiful, the lovely JBH sitting right next to me, chewing on my thumb. Jesse, how are you?
Oh, wonderful. How are you, Mystic Moss?
Wonderful.
I am wonderful as well. It's good to see everyone in the chat. Everyone in the chat, how are you on this wonderful Friday? Let us know right now as we say hello to each and every one of you beautiful souls.
Sean Rosa says, Brother Michael Joe Rod, ahoy, you too. Real says, LOL, J Dummy with the dragon Q. Anon says, Dana White has been fucking ring girls for ages.
Dragons.
Thomas Matthews says, wonderful, post reloaded, gross. Michael Anslone, Coco, the gay lobster, the king of Brazil. Boss Kogar says, Vlad, oh wait, I was mixing up, I missed it. I have a big crush on JBH, says Jackson Black. I have a big crush on Jackson Black. Drunk Savage says, JBH, you don't know where that thumb have been. Yes, I do. He just touched his penis right before the show.
Yes.
Mad 55 says, get to the Dana Mistress news. Sean Rosas, always wonderful here with the MMA-Holes Nation.
Hanging with the boys.
Tonight we're hanging with the boys on a Friday night, playing the points game, rolling the die of doom. All right.
I want to do that again.
Well, we'll do it later on, but tonight I need a win, Jesse. I need a win bad because, I mean, God damn it, Frank Pavon, Kevin Costa, they're making me pay. Yeah. They're making me pay with the die.
If they're here tonight.
Yeah, so tonight, points to JBH, points to Mystic. The loser's got to roll that die of doom. We will be talking about this subject over here. We did a stream earlier. Hit me with the ones if you were watching our live stream during the weigh-ins, the official weigh-ins. The fuck was that? What just happened?
Thomas Matthew said that's just when she wakes up. And I was just thinking about this when you wake up.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate over there. It's pretty
That's funny.
Prospector Rob.
Last chance, Mos, you still got Marty.
I still do. I still have Marty Usman for the win. Listen, I understand why people are picking Tyron Woodley. I get it. I totally get it. The guy is fantastic. He's arguably the greatest 170. You know, you got GSP, of course, but other than that, Tyron Woodley's in the mix. The guy is very, very good. In fact, I've picked Tyron Woodley almost every other fight. This is the first time he is a favorite, and I get it. But I'm telling you right now, sometimes when my mystical sense is tingling, and tomorrow it is tingling, Marty will get the win. It is not going to be pretty, but Marty's going to get the win. It's going to be ugly. Speaking of ugly, everyone is blowing this card, saying it's the greatest card of all time and this and that, and I think it's fantastic. I'm very much so looking forward to this card. But we're going to talk about this tonight. I spoke about it earlier on today's stream. I'm going to talk about it again. And it could be a pretty big letdown by the time you get to the main card. And I'm going to tell you why later on, but you have to hang with the boys to find out that news. Jessie, when we did the stream this morning and we watched the video of Colby Covington going through the streets, or the casino, the Palms, I think that's where it was. Colby Covington, and we're going to show the video, was going over there. He confronts Dana White about why is he not in the card tomorrow. He should be the one fighting Tyron Woodley. And then all of a sudden pointed out in the chat, and then we did our research and we saw it, there was a young lady sitting next to Dana White.
Right.
Now, what were your initial thoughts when you saw this video?
I actually didn't see her the first time I watched this. It wasn't until after we were told about it during the stream that I had to go back and see. And at first I was like, oh, this is a little peculiar, because she ends up getting up just as Covington comes around the corner with the camera and puts it on Dana White. So my initial reaction is Dana White's probably fucking around with this girl and she doesn't want to be seen because either she's married or she doesn't want the repercussions of someone else being married that she's with. So that was my initial reaction. But then I started thinking about it, and as the day went on, I've been thinking about this all day. And as the day went on, I was like, you know what? What if she just got up because she didn't want to be on camera? Because I've seen a lot of people do that. Like, they just don't want a camera on them, especially if someone they don't know. You know, what if she just got up because of that? Maybe she saw a camera. She didn't know the person. She didn't want to be on it. So she's like, fuck this. And she just got up.
Yeah, my initial reaction was, holy shit, nailed. Dana White is nailed. And then when it sunk into my head a little bit, I kind of changed my mind. Now we're going to play this video right now. Let me know what the ones in the chat if you saw this video for yourself. But we're going to play it right now. We're going to analyze it. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. Is Dana White a cheating scumbag? Or is this all chutzpah?
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. The chat, a lot of people have seen it already. 20 likes. 40 likes.
20 likes, 20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes, 20 likes, 20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes,
20 likes!
20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes.
I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
All right. Now, a lot of people want to just, I mean, there are a lot of people that just don't like Dana White. We've seen this as the show has progressed. You know, we've been on this channel for a little over 2 years, and we've seen people, they just can't stand Dana White, right? And they have good reason. Yeah. Dana White is a promoter, and when you're a promoter, it's like, you know, the term sleazy car salesman, right? There are good car salesmen, and then there are the sleazy ones. The sleazy ones are the good car salesmen. They're the one that sell the cars, right? The Don Kings sell the fights when he was doing the boxing shit. You have Dana White, and he sells UFC fights. That's his job, right? Now, to be a lousy husband, well, I don't know if that is part of the job, but he is a promoter. We have to remember this. And this is the business he's in. He's in the fight game. He's sitting at a blackjack table right now in Sin City. Let's watch this video, Jessie, as we go to the Zoom room. You ready to go to Zoom room?
The Zoom room?
There he is. Look at his face over there. Look at Dana White. Is that the face of a guilty man or an innocent man? I don't know. We're going to find out. With that blurry face over there. Super chat coming in. Remember, we're playing the points game tonight. So when you do donate, say points to Mystic or points to JBH on this Fuko Friday. I'm just waiting for the super chat.
You know what? Do that again.
Oh,
there it is.
Super chat.
Prospector Rob.
He's got to know there are cameras around, right?
That's what I was saying. Dana White lives in Las Vegas, for God's sakes. But listen, we're going to watch this again. Maybe my mind is going to change watching this video again. So here we go. This is Colby Covington walking through the casino. We have this on the MMAHOLES.com. Dana.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and pants.
Dana, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing?
His first reaction is, oh, shit. Now I'm going to play this all the way through, and then we're going to watch it again, and we're going to break this shit down.
How you doing? How you doing? I just want an explanation why I'm not fighting for the belt this weekend.
Stop filming.
Come on, bro.
Stop filming.
I want an explanation, man.
Gambling. You too.
All right. So that was very quick over there. No, amen.
Now,
yeah. In real time, what do you think, Jess?
I wanted to point out something without completely taking your point. I wanted to point out something that you had mentioned to me, which was she smiled when he first came around the corner and said Dana.
Mm-hmm.
She smiled like any normal like couple. Like if I were with you and someone came around this corner and was like, "Hey, Chris," I would probably smile too because I'm with you. You know, like it's just out of courtesy. So when you said that, I was like, "Oh, maybe she is with him." Because she smiled when he said Dana, and it wasn't until after he got confrontational with Dana and got up that Dana said, "Stop filming."
All right. So, so Dana, not her smiling. I was saying he was smiling. Well, she
And
did
her,
smile.
look at her.
Yeah, I
Watch
know.
her.
She smiled too. But what I'm saying is, what I was talking about before was Dana was smiling. Like he was like, "Oh, hey, Colby, what's up, buddy? You know, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it got ugly when he found out that he was recording. Now, did it get ugly because he was playing blackjack? Or was it because he was sitting next to that young lady? Let's watch this.
Dana.
By the way, Colby Covington walking through the casino saying Dana, it reminds me of Deadpool, where he was saying Francis, oh Francis. That's what it reminds me of. Colby Covington doing a little Deadpool.
Dana. Dana, what's up, bro? How you doing?
All right, so the first reaction is, oh shit. Right, here's the girl. Hold on. See if we can get it on this girl. It's a little difficult to get this going, but I'm going to try to do a little slow-mo here. Francis. Oh, Francis.
Dana, what's up, bro?
All right, so he goes, "What's up, bro?" Here's the initial reaction. Dana White goes, "Oh, shit." The girl's face is not an instant smile. It's like,
But she
oh,
looks.
fuck. She looks over, right? Okay. So they're sitting next to each other.
How you doing?
How you doing? Now she kind of leans back. She's like, "I am not supposed to be sitting here." Dana White has a smile on his face. But looking at this smile, it does seem guilty, Jessie.
Yeah, it's a very guilty. And I want to point out something. I can't remember who said it in the chat just now, but someone said she doesn't have chips in front of her. So she's just there as, as the die blower.
Now, there are other guys around them, young guys just standing there watching. It's the whole dynamic is weird. It looks like he's sitting in the high roller table, at the blackjack table, the high limit tables. He's got a bunch of dudes just hanging out with him. So maybe it's his buddies or maybe it's his kid. I don't know. He likes to party with his kid.
Tom James said that.
What's that?
He said that she didn't have chips in front of her.
Okay, so let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Now, there's a part of this video where it blacks out. It looks like the camera is trying to focus and the lighting is all fucked up. So it kind of goes out, which kind of sucks, but we'll keep it rolling.
Doing? I just want
See, it's blacked out over
an
there.
explanation why I'm not fighting for the belt this weekend.
So he wants to know why he's not fighting for the belt this weekend, still black. Stop filming, and the girl immediately...
What did she say? She said something.
I don't think she said anything.
No, you can hear her. She mumbled something
All right,
as
listen.
she was getting up.
Come on, bro.
Oh, she did say something.
What did she say?
She said, hold on, let's listen.
Come on, bro.
Vegas?
No.
Penis? I don't know what she said. Hold on, listen.
Come on.
She did say something. I think she said penis.
Amanda! My best friend is in the chat
All right,
now.
thank God Amanda's here. All right, so listen.
Bro, I just want...
So he says stop filming. But what does she say?
Oh, leaving? Did she say leaving?
Let's listen. Oh, shit.
I'm leaving?
It might have been leaving.
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
It sounds like Vegas.
No, it sounds like she say I'm leaving.
I want an explanation, man.
You too, dreadlock, dude. So now Dana goes from, he was fine, but as soon as Colby Covington, it wasn't that he was mad that he was filming, because he walks up with the cell phone, right?
Yeah.
So he knows he is recording, right? As soon as Colby asked the question, you can tell the demeanor of Dana, like, what are we doing here?
Right.
So here's my reaction, right? This is what I'm thinking that happened here. I don't know what her deal is, and she was dressed, if you're just listening on Poppy and iTunes, she has a dress on, a black dress on. She's dressed to the nine. Everyone else is in sweats and shit,
Yeah.
and this girl's all dolled up. So that is a little fishy.
What was fishy to me, and maybe you're right, maybe it's because he mentioned the title, which is why he said stop filming, but to me, and this is from a female's perspective, by her getting up and whatever she said, whether she said I'm leaving or whatever she said, she made it clear that she didn't want to be seen with Dana on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever she said that got her to get up, I think that partially played a role in Dana White saying stop filming. The moment he saw her getting up, he knew what was going on. He knew the deal. He had to get Colby to stop filming. So maybe it is because Colby mentioned the title, But I think there were a couple things that were involved in why he told Colby to stop filming.
Yeah. Now, if I was like, she looked weird in the beginning, and then she smiled. Then he said what he had to say, and then she kind of turned and went to get up. Now, man, some people say he's in like some sort of weird open relationship thing, and you know, more power to him if that's his deal.
Michael Chapman said if she wasn't with Dana, she wouldn't have moved.
All right, let's see what the chat says. Let's see the thoughts on this as we've broken it down. What do you think?
I bet she thought it was the TV show Cheaters camera crew, says Joe Rod.
Remember that show?
Tyson Kent says she said something to the sound of when you throw a spoon down a flight of stairs. Flutter Deacon says she is a gift for high rollers. 2 joints she had an Asian Adam's apple. Law of Attraction says Asian boobs don't sag. Kurt Montgomery, she's fugly, but what if she's got the sweetest sweet walls in Vegas? Henry Solstice says I can't handle. Oh, she said I can't handle this.
That sounds pretty accurate. Let's listen
but
again.
She said it so quick. I don't know.
Dana.
There we go. Colby Covington. If you're just jumping in, Colby Covington confronts Dana White. And, you know, that should be the story. But a lot of people are not even talking about this. Not many people are bringing up the fact that Dana was sitting next to this Asian chick. And honestly, I think he could do better.
Dana, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I just want
All right, so, all right, hold on a second. So now I'm watching her reaction again. Yeah, she wants no part of this from the very beginning.
Yeah.
No part of this. Okay.
Dana, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I just want an explanation why I'm not fighting for the belt this weekend. Stop filming. Come on, bro.
It sounds like she's saying Vegas.
No, she's saying multiple words. I just don't know what she's saying.
Maybe she's speaking in Chinese.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
It's real.
For God's sake, Mos, I'm an expert in hookers. Always call me for scenarios like this. Here is what happened. First off, everyone knows Dana White cheats and lies. This whore is cheating on her BF and didn't want to be seen on camera. Period.
That's now real
But we
chiming
can't
in.
come up with stories now. Like, we can't just come up with these bizarre stories of what could be.
Well, this is what they think. Yeah, he's just going off on. We're just trying to figure out, is she a girl of the night?
I think she is with him.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
All right, let's see what Vlad has to say.
I found that same video someone else took from another angle on YouTube.
Okay.
It's a bit longer. To quote her exact words, she said, "Oh, Hero, me love you long time." Points Mos.
Yes, the points game has begun. Yes, Vlad. There we go, Vlad. Dropping a fat 2. All right. There it is.
Wonderful.
You know what? Come to think of it, I think that's what she did say. Oh, Hero, me love you long time.
Are we very red?
We do see. Did you put us on 11?
Yes.
You sure?
Absolutely.
We do look very red. I don't know. You know, it could be the new settings are fucked up. Let me know if we're coming in clear. That looks clear. Maybe it's the TV.
Yeah, it could just be the TV.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, we changed up some of the settings over here to try to get this thing to run smoother. No one cares, so we're going to keep going. All right, so what do you guys think in the chat about this whole situation over here? I mean, Vlad found a better clip, and we found out what she actually said here. So, I don't know. This is what I think. Dana White lives in Vegas, right? He's out in the open. It's not like he's in a closed room. Like those high roller tables that he's sitting at, anyone could walk over. Anyone. So anyone with a cell phone or anything could just basically take a picture and see it. I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I think he's sitting there with his boys. There's a fucking girl sitting down. It could be a waitress. He's like, hey, sit down over here. Hang out with us.
A waitress?
It could be a hooker. Who fucking knows?
Please.
I'm not gonna condemn him though, because honestly, I don't think he would be that stupid to sit in public and just blatantly cheat unless he is in an open relationship.
Exactly what I was going to say. If it is open, or not just open, but if it's clear to his wife what the fuck's going on, like it's clear that he cheats around, so there's no questions about that, then maybe he just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah,
or I don't know what his situation is, but honestly, I can't really light him on fire. I can't light him on fire. Now, you could light him on fire for other things, for lying, to the media and to the fans and the whole pay-per-view bullshit, or putting together pay-per-view cards with just interim titles or no titles. You could do shit like that, not having backup plans and just raping money from your fans. Yes, you have every right to complain about that and light him on fire. This situation here, she's too ugly to worry about.
Oh,
You know,
stop it.
I think
She's
he would.
not ugly.
I think he would pick a prettier girl.
I disagree.
You don't think she's ugly?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Let's see what else the chat says, and then we'll move on. We have a lot of news to get to tonight on Food Court Friday. Let's see what you got going on in that chat.
Drunk Savage says his wife doesn't care as long as he doesn't bring home any bastard babies.
Wonderful.
JBH likes penises on fire. Daniel St. Pierre says, hello, Moss. She is fugly.
Yeah, she's a bag on the head type of girl, in my opinion. I mean, listen, everyone has their own thing.
See, Jackson Black. She's not ugly at all. She aight, says Thomas Matthew.
Okay.
Jess is a lesbian. Absolutely. Lady C, Chris, be nice. Looks aren't everything. That's my mom. She just told you, Chris, be nice. Looks aren't everything.
You know what? You bring up a good point. I am with your daughter, so that's true. Oh, shit!
You just insulted my mother.
I insulted you, Jessie.
She created me. So who do you think I got my looks from?
What do you have a choice of who you create? You have a choice. It's like, I'm going to take a pretty one. Put a pretty one in my pussy. No, that's not what happened. That was an insult to you.
That's not a good
All right.
comeback at all.
That wasn't a comeback, Jessie. How dare you?
My mom says you're looking at a blurry picture.
No? Well, all right. Let's watch the video again.
Which is true.
I studied this video over here. And hello, Lady C. Welcome to the chat. Here we go. Show it again.
Dana, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you
Ugly!
doing?
Ugly! Ugly!
You can't stop this.
Oh, hideous!
Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Even Helen Keller knows Dana White cheats. Imagine how proud his son is knowing White thinks his son's mama is a whore to be stomps on.
Whoa.
Dana
Jesus.
White is such trash.
That's crazy.
This whore got caught cheating.
Look at
Lord
that.
Colby is the GOAT. She's a 6 out of 10 hooker.
Yeah. I'm going 6 out of 10 too. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Around 500. That's what I'm going to give her. Yeah. I mean, she could be a lady of the night. It's possible. It's very possible. I can't light him on fire, though. I really can't. I mean, here's the thing. Majority of this chat has been guilty of things. You know, people have had checkered past. You know, he's doing this out in the open. So, I mean, if he's that dumb to do something like this, then he deserves everything he gets. But I don't think so. I don't see it. And plus, he's hanging out with all these guys over here out in the...
But we don't know if those guys were with him. We don't know if those guys were with him.
Yeah, what if those guys were clearly with... I mean, this is the high roller table over here. So it's not like they're just going to let any Joe Schmo next to him. You know, you got these I don't know who he's hanging out with here. But, or yeah, maybe they are other high rollers, but it doesn't look like it with their hoodie and the other guy with his Abercrombie & Fitch shirt on. Maybe it's one of their girlfriends. You know? Maybe it's one of their girlfriends. I don't know. We got to get to the bottom of this. Chat room, help us out.
Jackson Black says every guy cheats. Well, I mean, that's pretty close to the truth.
See, Jackson's finally speaking
that?
truth. Well, it's the truth. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of guys do shit like that, right? A lot of guys do that. And then you're in Vegas. But here's my problem with that. Dana White lives there in Vegas. You know? He already lives there. So if he is indeed doing something wrong, his wife already knows. It's not like a big secret. You know?
Well, yeah, that's what, yeah.
So I don't think it's really a big deal.
My mom said that besides they're not fucking in the picture, they're just sitting.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, when I first saw it, my first reaction was,
but
holy
she did
shit.
get up and walk away with a guilty look on her face.
Well, in fairness, I mean,
nobody's going to fuck in public.
Yeah, but she did what you would do in a situation. If you don't like a certain situation, you would just get up, give a dirty look, and leave, right? Like,
well, no, I do that with any situation. It doesn't matter what it is. I just don't like people. So
Yeah.
if I don't like someone, I just ignore them. It has
She's like,
nothing
look
to
at
do
this
with
guy
that.
with a fucking gold belt with a MAGA hat on. Say, Dana. She's probably like, I'm not hanging out for this. Maybe she just got up. You know? Maybe she just got up. She's like, yeah, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to deal with this. And he's filming. Yeah, I'm not down with this. You know? Maybe that. Or maybe she was off hours. Maybe she's on her lunch break from her hooking. I don't know. Let's see what else the chat has to say. We'll move on to the news. But before then, 20 likes.
20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes.
20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes don't
We're trying to get to the bottom of the Dana White situation, the scandalous situation of him with a mystery girl over here. And I think that he is being falsely stoned right now. That's what I think. The poor guy. Poor guy is just
Wait,
misled.
so now you're changing your mind?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I never changed my mind.
But you thought that he was fucking around.
I said goes how much you listen. I said my initial reaction.
Don't get sassy with me.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
get sassy with me, girl.
Real.
Maybe she was illegal, fearing deportation. PT's JBH.
Oh, JBH on the board. Pull up to the JBH train.
Oh, wait. I missed it.
Here comes the dance, the Elaine dance. Ready, Jessie? Everyone loves it. There you go. Yeah, that just happened. That really just happened right now. We're playing the points game. It's tied 2-2. Every time you donate, say points to Mystic, points to JBH. The person with the least amount of points has to roll.
The die of
Wonderful.
I feel like sometimes you try to throw me off when the voice comes on. Like you purposely change your pace and the way you say it every single time to make sure that I'm never on key with you.
No.
I think you're lying.
Maybe. Maybe not. So that is that with this whole story over here. I don't know. Yeah, like I was explaining before the donation came in, my initial reaction was like, "Oh shit," and then I was like, "Wait, hold on a second. He lives in Vegas. I don't buy it." So I don't think he was doing anything wrong. We watched him at the ceremonial weigh-ins. We watched him at the press conference today. There was the Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway press conference and Adesanya versus Kelvin Gastelum. Don't even bother watching it. It was a complete waste of time. It was boring. And, you know, they addressed the situation with Colby Covington, and Dana just brushed it off. He's like, when the cameras are off, we spoke face to face. The shtick was gone. So I do believe once Colby's cameras are off and he spoke to Dana White, I think he shook a little bit. I think he was like, Dana, you know I'm fucking around, this and that. Dana White said, we spoke. That wasn't happening anymore. So, or maybe he threatened to fire him. That's possible. And Colby caved. I don't know. But what Colby's doing is keeping his name out there, keeping himself relevant. So good for Colby. Good for him to do that. Now, what came about from that with the lady and, you know, him gambling and all that bullshit, well, it is what it is, right? Let me spin it for a second. The people that are lighting Dana on fire, right? Everyone lighting on Dana on fire. What about bro code? What about Colby Covington?
It's not like Colby knew that Dana was going to be sitting with another woman.
But what about this? When he walked up there and he saw him with another woman,
he turned it off.
Is that why he turned it off? Or is it because the big guards are pulling his camera out of his hand?
I didn't see that.
What do you mean you didn't see that?
I didn't see big guards.
So look at this. Let me take a look for yourself. Okay, ready?
Stop filming. Come on, bro. I want an explanation, man.
See, he puts it down. Now watch. Look at this. See this guy over here? He stands up.
He just stood up.
That's it.
What the fuck? He just stood up. That's not a body.
They took it out of his hand immediately.
No, that's a guy that was sitting at the table and just stood up. That's not a fucking
You don't think
body.
security was there?
I'm sure security was somewhere in the
At a high roller table?
I'm sure security was
they
somewhere
shut it
there.
down. They shut that shit down quick.
I don't like that people did this whole Colby Covington broke guy code thing.
Yeah.
Because Colby Covington walked up there with the camera, yes. And Dana White was sitting with another woman, yes.
Okay.
But, first of all, it's not like Colby knew that Dana White was going to be sitting with another woman. And shortly after the woman gets up and Dana says, stop filming, what does Colby do? Stop filming.
Yeah, but he went up with the camera. As soon as he saw he was with the girl,
went up with the camera for a completely different agenda.
Yeah.
A completely different agenda.
Yeah.
I don't think he broke guy code at all. I don't even think he would have done that.
All right, let me know in the chat. Well, bro code. God bless the NRA.
Real men own a propane grill. Real men own multiple guns. Real men vote Republican. Real men love President Trump. The majority of coons are not real men. 85% of coons vote for the party of baby murder, also known as the Democrats. #MAGA.
See, that makes me root for Dana even more. Thank you for the donation over there. Not sure where we're going with that, but I appreciate it. God bless the NRA. All right. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. Did Colby Covington break bro code? Jesse says he didn't. He did something completely fine. Now, I like what Colby's doing, keeping his name out there, doing all these shticks, the belt, the megaphone, this and that. But maybe he went a little too far with Dana White. I don't know. Let's see what the chat says.
Ha 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 ha. That's awesome, says Brett Baratheon. Jackson Black's Askren is a clown. 2 joints. Hashtag marijuana is wonderful. Jackson Black, I hope Lawler smashes him. Easy E says it's only sex at worst. Who really cares? Sean Hart says Colby buckles when Dana spoke stern to his little toy Colby. Yusuf says he stopped filming because he knew he caught him. Kainoda74, bro code is real. That's exactly why it was broken by Colby. Gay dudes don't adhere to the code. Jordan Alex retracted his message. Flat Earth Deacon, nah, Colby didn't even see that female. Agreed.
You notice that no one else is talking about this chick thing. It's barely anywhere.
Because probably...
it's not even real. Or Dana White is killing everyone that's talking about it. You know, they're sleeping with the fishes. It was a good run.
Nice knowing you.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was a good run. Anyway, all right, we're going to move on. And if we open up the phone lines later, maybe we'll get your vocal opinions on this situation. We did a poll. We did polls for pretty much every fight over here. Well, the top 3 fights, okay? We did a poll for the Anthony Smith versus John Jones fight. Will there be an upset this weekend? 58% say... over the 42. Here's something surprising. I roll up. And we did the thing with Woodley versus Marty from Nebraska. 81% say that Tyron Woodley's going to win. I understand why he's a favorite. I just don't understand why it's this lopsided, especially when you look at our sponsor over here, BetDSI. Tyron Woodley over Kamaru Usman, it's only a plus 135. So you got this as a plus 135. Anthony Smith is a plus 620. But the MMA-Holes think it's more lopsided the other way. Maybe Marty from Nebraska should have been the heavy underdog in this situation. Really shocked me. There's almost 600 votes over here for that. And then we did Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren. 571 votes and 62% pick Ben Askren over Robbie Lawler. So those are the polls over there. Jump on the MMA-Holes community section. Check them out for yourselves and put your votes in. But what do you think about these 3, Jessie? Anything stand out to you? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree?
Nothing stands out to me, to be quite honest. It's all exactly as expected.
Exactly as expected. So nothing stands out to JBH. Let me know in the chat, who is your pick this week in the top 3 fights? And we're going to look at this card tomorrow night. Very good card.
You can't stop
Tony
the
Ferguson.
Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
El Kukui.
So today they announced the winner of Max versus P-Head fights Khabib next. The UFC is a joke. I'm on an 11-fight win streak, and they already stripped me of the interim belt. I fought on the same card, Khabib v. Conor. Should have been me then. Fuck.
There's Tony Ferguson chiming in, Jesse. What do you think about him being upset?
It's interesting because Dana White said at the press conference tonight that Tony turned down the fight with Max Holloway, and that's why Dustin Poirier had that opportunity. So it's not like Tony didn't have the chance, you know?
Ferguson is in limbo. He's in complete limbo right now, and it's a damn shame. It really is. I mean, how many more years does Kukui have the way he trains, the way he fights? The guy's on some winning streak. Eventually, it's going to end. So you got to think, when the opportunity is there, you seize the moment, right? He got the interim strapped. It got stripped because of the cable on the floor. And here he is with another opportunity to get another interim strap, and he doesn't want it. And maybe he just wants to get paid. Maybe he's not looking for that interim strap. I don't know what his deal is, but I do feel he should have took that fight because this is a complete blown opportunity. If no one gets hurt after the next fight, it looks like that winner is going to fight Khabib. Where does that leave Tony Ferguson? I might know a place. Today at the press conference, Dana White was talking about the situation with Cowboy Cerrone and Conor McGregor. Dana White confirmed today, and we know he's fibbed before, so this maybe it's not right, but he says Proper 12 versus Budweiser. Well, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm sorry, friends, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Right now, the UFC is looking for another opponent for Cowboy Cerrone. That's what the UFC is looking for right now. It's very possible that Kukui and McGregor might be matched up. That might be the fight, which is crazy to me. It really is. It is absolutely crazy. The only thing that is good about it is if Conor loses to Cowboy, his stock drops tremendously. If he loses to Tony Ferguson, well, you're talking an interim champ. You're talking like a top 3 guy right there. What is he, number 2? Right? No, he's number 1, Tony Ferguson. He's the number 1 ranked guy. So if Conor loses to Ferguson, he doesn't really drop too much.
Yeah.
You know? So Kukui versus Conor might be the fight. It's crazy.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
It's Lady C.
CRIS, don't judge a book by its cover. Beauty comes in different packages. Take Real's mom, for instance. She has many suitors and she looks like a cross between Willem Dafoe and Weird Al Stankin' bitch. Points to the one who's eligible for AAR.
I don't know what AAR is. Was he trying to say
AARP.
AARP? That might be an old joke, right?
Yeah, because you're old.
Okay, so I'm going to take the points.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to Lady C over there. Shout out to AAR right over there. I'm taking those points over there. Points to Mystic, 4 on the board.
Wonderful.
All right, so I want to get your thoughts on the whole situation that there might be a Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor fight. I don't know where Ally Quinta is in the mix over here, but something tells me that it might be Kukui versus McGregor, which is insane. Before we get to the rest of the show here, we got to do a shout out to our sponsors. So, holy shit! Tomorrow, UFC 235 is about to go down. Jessie, are you pumped?
I was just about to read. I am pumped.
All right. Tell me where to place a bet.
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDSI offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-HOLE and get up to 100% bonus match. BetDSI is top rated on betting review sites. Use your sports knowledge to make some extra cash. BetDSI has a very user-friendly interface and mobile site, as well as the fastest payouts in the industry. Simply play, win, and get paid. BetDSI also offers betting options for everything, including NFL, NCAA Football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and all other major sports, politics, reality TV, esports, virtually everything. Try live betting at BetDSI, where you can bet on games through the entire matchup, every play, and every minute until the end. New members get 100% bonus match using promo code MMA-HOLE. That's more than double your money to start winning today. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDSI if you want to add some excitement to the fights or any other sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDSI with the link in the description and use promo code MMA-HOLE and get this limited time 100% bonus offer to make some extra cash on the sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDSI.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. BetDSI is
Wonderful.
If you want to place a bet, this is the place to do it over here. We have a promo code MMA-HOLE, and we have still Anthony Smith is a plus 620. So if you just want to throw it out there, if you don't think he's going to win, but you're like, fuck it, plus 620, I can make some serious cash, throw it on Anthony Smith. Kamaru Usman is a plus 135. That is my pick over here, but let's look at the rest of the card. Check it out. John Jones, Anthony Smith, Tyron Woodley versus Kamaru Usman, Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren, Tisha Torres versus Weili Zhang, Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro Munoz is your main card. We're going to go to the preliminaries over here. Jeremy Stevens.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Versus Zabit Magomed Shapirov. I just like to call him Zabit. Serkinov versus Walker. Cody Stamen versus Alejandro Perez. Diego Sanchez versus Mickey Gall. Fire. Absolute fire. Go to the early prelims. By the way, tomorrow we'll be live at 8 p.m. We're going live during the preliminaries. All right, Shabazian versus Bird. Mizani versus Kiasan. And Vienna versus Cypher. By the way, something to look out for. We were doing the weigh-ins today. And here it is. The Alejandro Perez fight versus Cody Stamen. This dude, Alejandro Perez, was thanking every god that he worships. He was so happy that he made weight today. So if you are placing bets, be aware of this fight over here. It looked like he had a tough little weight cut. Tough dude over here. Good fight. A lot of good fights over here. The fights in the preliminaries might be better action-packed wise than the actual main card, Jessie.
Mm-hmm.
But altogether, as an overall card, it does look
wonderful.
It really does, Jessie. It looks wonderful. On paper, fantastic. But let me explain to you, Jessie. Do you think this is going to be a boring card?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. I am worried.
Why?
I am very, very worried. I'm going to speak about this right now. Well, after this.
You can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
You got Vlad firing away.
I'm going with Mask, making his big comeback since his hit movie in 1985. Points most.
That's Vlad over there. That is Vlad. 6 to the mystical one. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And shout out to Rocky Dennis. Let me know in the chat if you've ever seen Mask. Share. What a movie. Real romantic comedy. Why are you biting me? Have you ever seen the movie Mask?
I've seen The Mask with Jim Carrey.
It's virtually identical right there. Let me know in the chat if you've seen Mask. Fucking The Mask.
In the chat, my boy.
Oh boy.
Hi, Kevin Costa.
Oh boy. Kevin, how are you? All right, let's see what's up in that chat.
Two Joint says PDAs are disgusting as Mask with Cher. Great movie, says SDMF Anthony. Jackson Black says, do you guys live in the Great Neck?
The Great Neck? Or Great Neck? No, we don't live in Great Neck, but we are aware of Great Neck.
Was that dude face real, says Flat Earth Deacon.
So in real life, the guy, it was based on a true story. You've seen Rocky Dennis before, though. I think I've shown you on air. Rocky Dennis.
Yeah. I've seen a picture.
It was a real life guy. I forgot the name of the disease, but he was all fucked up. And me and my brother thought it was like one of the funniest movies ever. I can't remember. It's not a funny movie, by the way. And the fact that we laughed at it is probably why I'm a loser in real life. But it's quite hilarious. I probably would still laugh. That's why I'm not going to watch it with you, because you'll be fucking so mad at me.
Yeah, listen. I'm all for sarcasm and humor, but sometimes I think you're just extraordinarily mean. Like, you go past sarcasm and then you're just mean.
Mask is a movie, and it's a very touching movie about a mother and son that's disfigured. But it's a sad story. But when I get uncomfortable, I laugh.
I know.
And I get uncomfortable. Let me know in the chat.
Very, very angry.
Let me know in the chat if you've and listen, we don't judge over here. But let me know in the chat if you've
Dennis
ever.
is in the chat.
Is Rocky? Oh, Rocky Dennis is here. There he is. I'm fucking starstruck. Rocky Dennis is in the chat right now. I don't even know what to say. Rocky. Oh my God. He's here. He's fucking here. Let me know if you've laughed during Mask.
Yeah. Jay Reyes says The Mask with Jim Carrey. Zion looks. Hello. Craft Punk says, anyone want to be my cheese wife?
No.
His cheese wife.
No!
I cried during Forrest Gump. Post cried during Forrest Gump. Hi guys, says Rocky Dennis. Duke Chronic says, ha 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 ha. I'm laughed at my grandma's funeral. Fuck that bitch. I didn't read who said that, but that's a horrible thing to say.
How about Vanchit Man? He said he laughed during Titanic. And I don't know if he's trolling or not, but I actually laughed during Titanic in the movies. I was laughing at everyone in the crowd because I was like, what are you doing? I told you that story, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting there in the theater. I don't know if I told you, but I was sitting in the theater. I was a youngin'. The movie was in the theater forever. I didn't want to go. I was kicking and screaming. I was on a date, and I was young, and I'm sitting in the chair. And I'm like, fuck, I don't even want to be here. The ship is going down, and I'm looking around, and all I hear is... I'm like, what the fuck? And everyone in the theater was fucking crying. So I started laughing. I got uncomfortable. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm laughing. So I'm like holding my head, like, please, sink already, ship. Sink. I got to get out of here. And I'm like sitting there and I'm shaking. You ever laugh so hard you start shaking? And I'm getting slapped. Like, what the fuck you laughing at? It wasn't a funny movie, but everyone in the theater made it fun.
My mom said she laughed at the Titanic.
Did she really?
Yeah.
See, we have something in common. I mean, and it is a cheesy fucking movie. If you really think about it, it's a shit movie. It is.
I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
My sister used to be obsessed with the Titanic. Like, fucking obsessed. She would watch that shit over and over again.
Michael Chapman laughed so hard he almost passed out. What do you think about that? All right, I don't know why we're talking about the Titanic now, but it's Food Go Friday, so who gives a fuck, right?
Jamie Cole says, you don't judge as you go on about how ugly that chick was with Dana, or with Dana was, laughing my ass off.
Good point. You ugly fuck.
Brad Thompson says, good evening, geniuses. Good evening, Brad Thompson. Tinman Bigfoot Tracker, Bigfoot Poop Stinks. Tim Butler says, Dillashaw knocked off his neck tattoo. Flat Earth Deacon Rocky LOL. Frodo Vagin says, I laughed on Mask, but I was on acid, so I don't know if it really counts. I guess it does. Roberto says, dumbass gave the life-saving piece of wood. Skullcracker said, I cried at the end of Bill and Ted's excellent adventures. So nice how it all came together.
It was very sad. It was a sad movie, Bill and Ted. By the way, I heard they were supposed to be making a sequel for the longest time, but anyway, they never pulled the trigger on it. It's very sad. Whoops. If you're just jumping in right now, that's right. We spoke about this earlier.
What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I just want an explanation why I'm not fighting for the belt this weekend.
Stop filming.
Come on, bro. I want an explanation, man.
Gambling. You too.
There you go. So that's Colby Covington.
Let's go see
There he is. Colby Covington going through the lobby of the Palms, confronts Dana White, and he's sitting with a mysterious girl over there. We don't know if she is his mistress, a prostitute, or just a fine young lady that just wants to sit down and have a conversation.
Just a conversation at a fucking poker table.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Dana. Poor Dana.
Super chat.
Kevin Costa, what the fuck?
How is Ben Askren an Olympic-level athlete and still has the body of a 60-year-old woman?
It's true.
Points to my homie, Jessie.
There you go, Jessie. Kevin Costa coming in hard.
That's my fucking boy, motherfuckers. That's my fucking boy. He doesn't give a fuck. That's my fucking boy. Don't be salty, Kenshiro. Don't be fucking salty. I'll light your fucking penis on fire.
Oh, hold on.
Super chat.
Where was the dance? Drunk
Oh.
Savage.
I don't want JBH to lose as bad as Marty will PJBH.
Woo! All right, here we go. I'll do the dance now. Ready?
Thank you, Drunk Savage, but
Ready? Got this. You always stop it before the last beat.
how dare you? 18-16 is the points game right now. If you want to see Jessie do that autistic dance, we'll drop points to JBH. If you want to see Mystical try to get on the board over here, points to Mystic. All right,
Well,
Jessie.
you are on the board.
Well, I mean, take the lead. Yes. The loser has to roll the die of doom. But we have some more important things to do right now.
I love you.
It's time to get to the news.
Jesse, read us the news. Oh, Jesse, I want the MMA news. Wake up, finish work.
Can't stop the Siberian Express. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
Real.
My penis is the size of a peanut. Have you seen it? Of course you haven't seen it. It's the size of a peanut. I'm afraid to take an STD test cause I'm sure doctors will tell me I have one of. Everything points to CRIS because Jessie has Kevin Costa balls in a jar.
Whoa!
Salty motherfucker.
We got real.
Salty motherfuckers out here. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you, Real, for the wonderful donation over there. 8-18.
Hang with the boys.
All right, tell me about Colby Covington.
According to MMA Fighting, Colby Covington says Dana White was real pissed about casino confrontation, but I don't care about his feelings. A video of Colby Covington forcing an impromptu meeting with UFC President Dana White at Palms Resort and Casino in Las Vegas made the rounds on Friday, and it appeared that the encounter was a brief one. For the past few months, Chaos has been actively seeking answers for why his interim title win at UFC 225 last June hasn't resulted in a shot at welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. The 170-pound title is being defended this Saturday at UFC 235, but it's Kamaru Usman who got the call to challenge Woodley, not Covington. During an appearance on the Luke Thomas show, Covington said that on Thursday evening he did manage to get a few words in with White when he was off camera, though it doesn't sound like Chaos was satisfied with what he heard. He said, quote, "We talked for like a good 5 minutes. I wanted to let him know what's going on and this isn't fair and I'm not going to be treated like this. I wanted to let him know that I can find him at any moment. He's not safe. That's the whole nerd bash movement. No nerd, no virgin is safe. I will find you. I don't care where you live. I will track you down. I will hunt you down and I will get an explanation for this. And I can make your life a living hell." He just found out that was just a little glimpse. That wasn't even me trying last night. That was me easily fucking finding out where he's at. Just imagine what it's going to be like if he doesn't give me a title shot after this weekend. I will find him, I will hunt him down, and make his life a living hell. Covington is currently on a 6-fight win streak, with his last 2 wins coming against former lightweight champion and top welterweight contender Rafael dos Anjos and 2-time UFC title challenger Damian Maia. The win over dos Anjos put an interim belt around Covington's waist, and given his ongoing feud with Woodley, the assumption was the two would finally get to settle their grudge inside the octagon. There was talk that Covington and Woodley could meet at UFC 228 last September, but Covington underwent surgery for deviated septum and chronic sinusitis on July 24th, and that ruled him out of that contest. The division moved on in his absence, with Woodley defeating Darren Till at UFC 228 and then booking a fight with Usman for 235.
Let me know in the chat. Is Colby Covington's song and dance getting a little old? That's what I want to know. I mean, I understand what he's doing. He's trying to stay relevant here, but there's a lot. It's a lot to take in with little fight. Usually, if there is so much talk and no fight to back it up, it starts to get old for me, at least. It's like, okay, enough's enough. Like, how much is enough, you know? And with this whole shtick going on over here, I understand what he's doing. I understand why he's upset, but when is enough enough? Jessie, is it getting old?
Personally, yes. But I think for some Covington fans out there and some of the Nerd Bash fans, no. I think that they're clinging to this like it's the next fucking golden ticket inside a Willy Wonka candy bar.
All right. What does the chat say? Is the song and dance getting old, yes or no?
Yes, sir. No.
So who's going to not fight tomorrow? Ha 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 ha. Something always happens as 2 joins. Vlad retracted his message. Duke Chronic says he has a right to it. Sean Hart Colby is a dead set fool. J Ray's bakes cookies. He tries to way too hard and it's past its expiration. Lord Colby says 2 joins. Jordan Alex Colby's shtick is getting old. Justin Dempsey, old. Colby likes ladyboys. Thomas Matthew, 1. Big Daddy Jimmy Dean, yes. DVW, no. He's got you talking about him, so no, says Kevin from Chicago. Old is Big Daddy Jimmy Dean. Oof Kid, yes, sir. Dopesick Jones, hell yeah, it's getting old. Brett says they fucked Colby. Michael Chapman, it's old as Chris. Justin Dempsey says points to GC.
Super chat.
We got real coming in.
Clearly working. You two talked 90% Colby, 10% Woodley.
Very true.
Clearly working. You two talk 9%. So you're saying that Colby's name is in. Well,
his shtick is still working.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Woodley, we don't have to talk about him. He's fighting, to defend his belt tomorrow. He's getting pay-per-view points, isn't he? So he's getting paid and Colby's not. So, I mean, yeah, we have to talk about Colby Covington because he's not getting any money from this. I don't know what the fuck just happened here, by the way. Jesse, did you see this?
What?
All right, hold on. I'm trying to fix my clock.
Oh.
Yeah, you see that?
Oh, I do see that.
What is that about? Try to fix this up.
It's a little interesting, right?
I don't know what happened.
What was moving when you were scrolling?
Yeah, I don't know. It just it conked out.
Interesting.
All right, talk to this chat room as I fix this.
Michael Chapman says he's trying to get attention. That's all it is. Sebastian Gutierrez says Colby cried chicken loser. Post Reloaded says Colby can't beat either Woodley or Usman. So Steve Johnson, he should have just dildoed his ass in front of everyone. Steve Johnson, why can't you use a fucking O instead of a 0?
Oh.
Use an O like a normal person. But this is the MMA holes. We talk about all things good or rotten, says Sean Hart. Colby trying his best to cover up he is gay, says Jamie Colt. Africa Bamblocka says Dana mad Colby got his hooker on camera. Stalio2 says that he sucks. He has so much pent-up sexual aggression.
Who? Staley has so much... He does or Colby does?
Michael Chapman says, I dildo my ass at the local elementary school. Yusuf says, Colby versus Asker would be good. Kenshiro Ryu. Steve is white, retarded like you, Jesse, so he can't use O's. He. Kenshiro, I saw you today. Don't get me started. I could light your ass on fire.
Oh, shit.
So you better calm down, buddy.
Right, here we go. I think I'm trying to fix this up.
Yes,
Jesse.
I will. Jackson Black. Steve Johnson says, see, some people get it. I get it, says Staley. Steve Johnson's laughing. Van Shipman says, my son can't afford a new keyboard. We are poor. Leave us alone.
All right, what would you like to talk about, Jesse? As I'm trying to fucking get this timer to work. It is fucked up. What happened to my timer?
Well, I mean, do you need it right now?
Well, no, but I need this to be fixed because of my autism.
Your autism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kemar Lewis, tell Colby to move his bomba clat in my Jamaican voice.
Bomba clot! Right? Is that how you say it? How do you say bomba clot? Bomba clot!
No, I think you got it, babe. You just gotta...
Bomba clot! What happened to this thing?
No, you had it.
No, it was cut off. All right, hold on. I'm going to fix this. I am going to fix this, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Where's Crophead? Oh, yes, Jesse. I'm going to fix... Why are you playing the music? Hold
because
on.
It's entertaining.
No,
Why can't I play music?
Well, are you going to talk or are you just going to play the music?
Maybe.
Choose you, motherfuckers.
We'll play the music after this.
I can tell people are getting tired of my shtick. Yelling at Usman with a crown, looking at me, laughing, asking each other, who's this nerd? God, I hope Trump stays president after this year or all off myself. I lose that last part of my shtick. P2 Moss.
Holy shit. Colby Covington firing away. Unbelievable stuff here. Thank you, Colby Covington. Could you believe this? Jesse, could you believe this? Thank you, Colby. Wow. What a donation, Jesse. What a donation. All right. All right. There we go. That was crazy. Colby Covington coming to my defense over here. 10. Give me the 10 points. And yeah, he's saying his shtick is getting old, Jesse. Do you believe that? I mean, the change of heart?
No.
No?
No change of heart.
Yeah.
Next week, Staley, she be taking the Greyhound. Does she do some tricks on the way? Sebastian says John Jones versus Santos is the fight. Was Jesse not in porn before this? I was. Jamie.
All right, here we go. Got it fixed up. Got it fixed up. I had to fix that up. It was driving me nuts. I don't know what happened. That's the thing with this software. It just goes all cockeyed. I could put 45 on the clock. Like that. And I fucked up again. Oh, this thing is so annoying. You know, you try to get pretty things on the screen, Jesse. You know, you try to put pretty things here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is a case where it's not working. It's driving me completely nuts. All right, that's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine. That's all I could do. That is all I can do. I can't do anymore. I can't do it. You gonna play the game show music?
It's not worth it anymore. You're not doing
Why not? I'm still doing it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I'm still fixing it.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? What am I doing
I
then?
can't see you doing anything on there.
I'm fixing it. I'm trying to, at least. You want to play the music? You gonna talk?
No. Jesse, how much porn have you watched? Enough for you and I both, Michael Chapman. Evan Kennedy says, wow, porn, I take back now. She don't look boring. Stalia 2, God or good God Almighty. JBH mad again. I'm never mad. Never any more, Brett. Actually, I was never mad before. You guys just always assumed it. So in fairness.
No, it's just her face.
Yeah, it's just my face.
All right, let's get back into the... Actually, I do want to talk about this. The Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson. Now, if you're just jumping in, Dana White was speaking about this at the press conference and saying that Cowboy Cerrone, they're looking for another opponent for Cowboy Cerrone. And thank you for the subscribe, Nikhil. It must be my editing the clock thing that made them subscribe. Thank you very much for that. You're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Cowboy Cerrone, would they throw Tony Ferguson at him? Is that the fight they're trying to make? They're trying to put something together for Cowboy. I'm seeing Al now. I'm seeing Raging Al. That's the one that pops up. They're saying Conor is not fighting Cowboy. This is what Dana says. It's not happening. So now I'm seeing Raging Al, Cowboy Cerrone, Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson. Or Nate Diaz. Fuck. I forgot about him. The trilogy. What's going to happen? But where does that leave Tony?
I could see Tony Cowboy.
Tony versus Cowboy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great fight, but it just doesn't make sense.
Why would that not make sense?
Because Tony's the number one contender. Why is he fighting Cowboy Cerrone?
Why wouldn't he be fighting Max Holloway? Why would he turn down a fight with Max Holloway if he's the number one contender? He did that.
No, I'm not saying why would he turn it down. Why is he going to fight Cowboy? What's it mean to him?
I'm using it as an example to Tony's logic. Like, Tony could have theoretically taken the fight with Max Holloway, won the fight without injury, and then fought Khabib as the #1 contender.
But what is the benefit for fighting Cowboy? What over Max Holloway? What's the benefit?
No, I'm just saying through Tony's logic, like his ability to make a good fight is clearly not there. So it'd be a fight that we would want.
So you think he would just fight Cowboy just to fight him? Doesn't make any sense.
Well,
it makes zero sense.
I'm just saying I could see Cowboy Tony happening, and I could see. In fact,
well, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna put the camera on Jessie.
No, don't do that.
Now we find out. What does Jessie think is going to happen? Cowboy Cerrone is not fighting Conor. They're currently trying to find him a fight. So what's the scenario?
I see you smiling.
What?
I see you smiling.
Very observant. Now, what is your scenario?
I don't have a prediction.
You don't have a prediction. Let's see what the chat says over here. I'm perturbed. I'm confused. I think Conor might be fighting Tony or Nate Diaz, the trilogy. And I would see Cowboy versus Ali Quinta now. I think that's the one that they might put together. Let's see.
Jura Naylor says y'all sound like y'all hating on Tony a little.
Well, I mean, how? How are we hating on Tony? He turned down the fight versus Max Holloway, right? He turned down that interim title fight versus Max Holloway, and he can turn down whatever he wants, right? I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Where does that put him, though, now? Like, he wants the Conor fight. Maybe Conor's like, fuck it, let's go. I don't know why Conor would do that. It wouldn't make any sense. It's very dangerous for Conor. The only reason why I could see it making sense is if Conor even loses that fight, he loses to Tony Ferguson, who is the #2 fighter. Conor is not. Wait, Tony is #1, and Conor. How is this ranking? Let's look at the rankings. Let's go over to the UFC website. Let's go to the rankings. Unless I'm fucking missing something here. Let's go to the Buck 5-5s. Right. There it is. KHABIB. What this website is ass. It is a complete. You hover, things open up. You don't hover, it does. All right, so Tony Ferguson #1, Conor McGregor #2. Right? Conor just lost to Khabib. If he loses to Tony, where does he drop? If he loses to Cowboy, he drops significantly. So maybe that's why the fight's not happening. Maybe he is taking Kukui. You know? Maybe that is the fight. Either that or Nate Diaz coming back. But it seems to me that Ali Quinta might be the guy that they might pair up with Cowboy. Or, I mean, you can put Cowboy versus Kevin Lee, Barboza. All good fights. Maybe Gaethje versus Iaquinta. What do you guys think in the chat?
And it says, fuck you, Dana. And the UFC fucking Cowboy over again. Fuck you, Dana. Cowboy deserves a good payday fight. There's Tony, says Fan Shipment. Vlad's laughing in the chat. Michael Chapman says, I'm actually Tony Ferguson. I'm Loco Brada. Kevin Kosa says, Tony needs to redo a grade school and learn how to put a sentence together that makes sense. And H says, Conor is scared to fight Cowboy. Joe Rod, there's a mad cheddar in Conor Diaz 3. Money talks and bullshit walks. That's my editorial. Cowboy will tap Conor, says Jamie Colt.
Okay, you don't want to read anymore?
No. I've read the chat like 3 times in a row.
Well, we never got a chance to get their opinions on it. That's why I wanted to get to them. But you don't care.
No, I do care about their opinions, but
news is more important.
You guys show up right over there. So.
Wow, JBH. Well, we do have an audience on
why
Pop.
Don't you read the chat room? Just read the chat.
Wait, what?
Just read the chat.
You yelled at me for reading the chat. Now I got to read it?
I never yelled at you. When did I ever yell
at you? That's my job. What job?
What?
Yeah, you did say that.
When have I? Okay.
All right. This is getting weird. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Super chat.
What level are we at? Proper?
Here's to the only B word you should ever call a woman.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Quote, because bitches love it when you call them beautiful.
There you go. The 499 with the proper.
Nailed it.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much for that donation. You are wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's get back. You want to do the news then?
Whatever you want, Mystic Moss.
What are you drinking right now, Jessie? What is on tap right now? What do you got?
Water.
Let's get to the news. Ortega. All right, so you want to talk about Ortega? Let's go.
Sure.
All right, what is going on? You're acting weird. You're acting weird. You're creeping me out. Bride. All right, let's see what Vlad has to say.
Points to whoever answers first. Would you rather have
Gay.
your child be gay or retarded?
Gay.
I'm just gonna give
5
this to
points.
Jessie because Jessie wants a. I go retard. No, I'm kidding. I probably go gay too. All right, let's see. Jessie putting the points, the 5. Thank you for those points, Vlad. And here we go. There you go,
You
Jessie.
always stop it before that beat's done.
You want to keep going?
No. See, that's the end of it. There's like 2 seconds. You stop it 2 seconds too soon.
Okay. It's my turn to reach out. Retard. So Daniel wants a retard. Full blown homosexual says Easy E. Buskoger goes either way. Cut her loose, ma. She's crazy. I'm retarded. For damn sure. No, listen. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. She's a little sleepy. She's got the proper 12 going. You know, it's one of them
I'm
nights.
not sleepy.
You're not sleepy?
I just want to read the news.
All right.
I just want to read the news. That's all.
We're doing a show
That's all I
now.
want.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to entertain the audience here. You just the news. All right, let's go to the news. All right. Jess, whatever makes you happy, we're gonna do. We're going to the
That's
news.
never how it is.
We haven't talked about this guy, spoken about this guy in a while, so let's see what we got about Brian Ortega.
According to MMA Fighting, Brian Ortega is aiming for a Jose Aldo fight this summer, possibly for a vacant featherweight title. Brian Ortega just went through a grueling fight with the featherweight champ, and he's not planning to take a step back in line. It's been almost 3 months since Ortega's first loss, a 4th-round TKO via doctor stoppage against Max Holloway in the main event of UFC 231. Heading into that fight with a perfect 14-0, 1 no contest record, T-City has viewed as a legitimate threat to dethrone Holloway. But in the end, the champion striking overwhelmed the resilient Ortega. Ortega, who's 28 years old, wants another shot at gold as soon as possible, and earlier this month he hinted he was interested in a fight with Jose Aldo, following the featherweight's legends knockout of Renato Moicano at UFC Fortaleza. On Twitter, Ortega wrote, quote, "Well, let's start negotiating."
I'm done with him. I'm done with Ortega. You get the shit kicked out of you by Max Holloway. Go away. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. Ortega is the guy there. If the interim belt is thrown out there, another fucking interim belt, I want to kill myself. But with Max Holloway fighting at 155, he did say after this fight, he'll talk to Dana. You know, he'd like to go back down there, you know, take care of a little business. But Maxie Holloway, it looks like his 145 days are done. So now the question is, who's next for Brian Ortega? Tony Ferguson said maybe he'll go down to 145. I don't see that happening. So maybe Ortega versus Edgar. I mean, what a mess. What an absolute mess. The 145-pound weight class is a clusterfuck. 155 is a clusterfuck. Everything's a disaster. What do you think about Ortega? Who would he fight?
I like the idea of him jumping after Jose Aldo. I just don't think Jose Aldo. I just don't know if that would happen, but I kind of like that. I like it.
I wish we could see something like that. Aldo says he doesn't even care about belts anymore, but I think this would get him interested. And it's a tough fight for Ortega. You know, I mean, Aldo is Jose Aldo. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, he's looked great as of late. Other than Conor and Max Holloway, Aldo is a fucking beast. I don't care how old he is. He's still Jose Aldo. So it's tough for Ortega. It's also tough for Jose Aldo because Ortega is tough as nails. I see Aldo winning that fight, getting his belt back and retiring. That's what I see. I just don't want to see any more interim straps. I'm done with that shit. I'm absolutely done. So let's know in the chat what you think about the next spot for Ortega. Is he going to be a title fight? Is it going to be a contender fight? What is it going to be? 20 likes.
20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes.
20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes.
20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
All right, let's see what the chat says. Wife says Ortega is off limits, boss. makes the ladies moist. Oh, yes!
Fat.
A cumin.
Ortega versus JBH is yawning. Ortega is a wiener. Kevin Costa, that is a great picture on Instagram. Ortega versus Jackson Black. Savage, Max's goat. I'm shitting and... what? And capping and eating at the same time. I think you're trying to say crapping. Just watch Dustin beat the hell out of Max. Think part 2 will be the same, says Skullcracker. So Skullcracker is saying that Dustin Poirier is going to win the rematch. What do you think about that, Jessie? Who is winning this fight now that it is set in stone, happening at UFC 236? It is the main event,
Holloway.
not co-main event. You got Max Holloway, all right? So some people say Dustin, some people say Max. Who wins the rematch? Real quick, Dustin or Maxi Boy? Too many interim belts. I don't fucking care, says Evan Kennedy, Skullfapper. Craig Kitchlin says Connor will only fight Turd Ferguson. He concurred. Poirier is a fucking beast. Skullcrapper. Here we go. Max. This is Gary Winthorpe. Who's Gary Winthorpe? Do you know, Jesse?
Nope.
You don't want to read the chat anymore. You're not down with it?
Wicked World says Max. Drunk Savage says Dustin versus Holloway is a tough one to pick. Duke Chronic and Max Diamond. Skullcrapper says Ann H. Max says Gary Winthorpe. Two Joints says Natalie Holloway. Jeremiah White says 50-50. Staley smiling in the chat. Michael Chapman says Connor will fight Nate. Easy E. Cletus will lose. Van Chipman, every top 10 fighter should get a belt. Staley too. I love talking about jerking off. Darren Scott, Max Murders, Gary Winthorpe, Danny Duncan. Deleted message.
He said DannyDuncan69.com. So we know who Gary Winthorpe is. Danny Duncan. It's not the same guy. It would be great if he was. Danny Duncan is fucking hilarious. Really, she doesn't find him funny. I think he's hysterical. Anyone know who Danny Duncan is? He's a complete knucklehead. He's got fucked up teeth. He's got frilly hair. He goes around and just does stupid shit. He has a guy just filming him do really dumb shit. And I could just binge watch his stupidity. He's hysterical. I don't know what it is, but you're not a Danny Duncan fan, right? Who would you watch? Who's a guilty pleasure on YouTube for you? The MMA-Holes?
Yeah, I don't really watch.
Well, before the MMA-Holes, what were you watching? What was a guilty pleasure?
Nothing.
You didn't watch any YouTube?
No.
So what the fuck did you want to be on YouTube for?
For myself, not for other people.
But what inspired you to be on YouTube? I mean, you had to watch someone to get on YouTube.
No, I wrote film. I wrote shit. And that made me want to do things on camera.
Okay, but what led you to YouTube? I mean, you had to watch someone on YouTube.
I wanted to do things on camera, and then I needed a platform to do it.
So you didn't watch anybody?
Not really.
Bullshit. All right. Anyway, JBH's original says Drunk Savage.
Okay, why would you ask me a question if you're just going to say that it's bullshit?
Well, no, I don't believe that. You didn't watch any YouTube?
No, I never really gave a fuck about YouTube. But
so why did you choose this platform?
Not for lack of you asking, because you're just going to call bullshit on it.
Well, I don't believe it, but it's all right. Well, maybe you're having a brain fart. All right, let's go back into the news. JBH, what else do we have going on here?
According to Bleacher Report, Vitor Belfort reportedly signs a contract to fight with ONE Championship. Former UFC star Vitor Belfort is headed to ONE. ARIEL Helwani of ESPN reported Belfort came to terms with the promotion Thursday. Belfort is 41 years old and has not fought since he announced his retirement following a knockout loss to Lyoto Machida at UFC 224 last May. He finished his UFC career with 3 losses and a no contest in his last 5 fights. The Brazil native has only fought outside his home country in 2 of his last 10 bouts. ONE is an Asia-based company that has never hosted an event in Brazil. All of the promotion's events have been held in Asia. ONE has looked to expand its profile over the last calendar year, targeting a number of UFC's former heavy hitters. The promotion's most notable move was pulling the first trade in mixed martial arts history, acquiring Demetrius Johnson in exchange for Ben Askren. Belfort has competed in heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight competition in his career. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. You're going to see the muscles. You're going to see the juice. You're going to see the veiny muscles of Vitor Belfort back. It's a good sight. The deflated Belfort wasn't one to watch. That wasn't something that I enjoyed. I like Belfort going in there just fucking hulked out, looking to just knock someone's head off. That was the Belfort I was looking into watching. I don't want to see this deflated version, you know? So now at ONE Championship, we're going to see him. He's back. Vitor is back, and rightfully so. This is the fit. By the way, when is Eddie Alvarez fighting?
Ah, so
super chat.
Jordan Alex.
The return of ETRT Tor Belfort.
That's right.
PTS.
All right.
JBH.
JBH. 2 points for Jessie. All right. On this somber Fuqua Friday, the very low. We're low today. We gotta amp it back up. We gotta get back in business here, kids. It is 25-10. JBH is winning the points game. Let's get the party going over here. Now, I did say before the stream, I am not. Whoops, Dana White. What? Dana White, Asian hooker. Dana White.
If you have many money, I could be with you too. My vagina sideways, and I right kinda. Ringas I also lie my a-hole cling clang clung clong cluing wong wing wown woo. Dot. Those are the names of all my children. PTs to the photographer. KWIs.
Oh my God, points to quiz. Look at that. Thank you, Dana White's Asian hooker. Oh my God, what a generous donation over there. Yeah, 12 points on the board, and it's time to turn it up. It's time to turn it up. Let's go. Asian hookers. Hey. That was incredibly racist, Jessie. You should never let me go full Asian. That was unbelievable stuff. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful donation. All right, caught. Yeah, we spoke about this earlier in the stream. Dana White, was he caught? Was he not caught? I don't know if it's a really big deal. So, if you want to see 45 minutes of that, run it back. Jessie, you nervous?
I'm never nervous.
Okay. What would you like to talk about? What's on your mind? What do you got going on here? Let's take a break from the news for a second. And I'm going to start the clock over there because the points game, this show needs to go away. We need to dig a hole,
Well, now you're
throw the show in.
only at 40 minutes.
What's that? What do you mean?
Because otherwise it'd be 5 minutes over. 40 minutes on the clock.
Why is it 40 minutes? I don't understand.
Well, you have 45 on the clock right now.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to start that at 11:15.
No, we never do. We just start it whenever. Yeah, we just start it. So you're saying you want me to start it?
At 40.
Why?
So that it ends at 12.
No, we start at 40. We
do a 2-hour show every Friday.
No, we don't. That's not true. But okay, here, we'll go start the clock. We don't do a 2 hour.
Yes, we do.
This is not the Monday show. The Monday show is
It's
a hard
1 hour.
Okay. Oh! All right, I'm better. What the fuck? All right. The clock has begun. It's begun. You're hurting my brain. I don't know what's going on anymore. All right. We're going to pause the show for a second here, okay? Jesus Christ. We're going to pause the show for a second. We're not doing the news right yet. We're not going to read the chat. Tell me what is on your mind. Anything, any topic, any story. This is Fuqua Friday. We can talk about anything. So tell me, would you like to talk about a movie, a TV show? Want to talk about Breaking Bad? What is on your mind? What's the deal? You're kind of like, we got to get you into the zone here. We don't know what's up. The fights are tomorrow night. UFC 235 could possibly be one of the best cards ever.
Yeah.
Now I have my reservations. I don't know if it's going to be that good. Anything right now? Spotlight on you.
Nope.
What do you got?
I don't have anything. I'm just here enjoying the show.
How am I losing this points game? I don't understand. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. It's unbelievable. Anyway, this is in the beginning of the show.
Fun fact, Charismatic. He has never done that.
What's that?
He said give her flowers.
Super chat.
Super chat. Brett Baratheon.
That's what you get with those young chicks, Mossy.
Is that what it is? Nah, you know what? I don't know what it is. Tonight's a fucking weird one.
I'm not doing anything.
No, it's just a weird night. Like, I mean, it's just kind of like pulling teeth. I don't know. I don't know where to go. Like in the conversation, I'm kind of like trying to keep the energy up, and you're just kind of like, I'm just enjoying the show. You're part of the show.
I know.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't want to read the chat anymore.
Why are you going after me?
No, I'm not going after you. I'm just saying, you're just saying I don't want to read the chat anymore. So I'm just trying to figure out.
No, at the time, because I was reading the chat over and over again, and I just wanted to move on to the news topic.
So what is on your mind? Let's talk about whatever you'd like to talk about is what I'm trying to say to you. I always lead the conversation. What is on your mind?
Nothing. I just want to do the show.
She just spit all over herself. All right, so there you go. I mean, that's it. She just wants to do the show. But we are doing the show. This is the show.
Yeah. So
it's
I
Fugo
don't
Friday.
understand why we're putting the whole show on pause.
No, we're taking a reset. We've done this before. Sometimes you got to take a reset. With JBH, wild card of the show, we never know. We never know. Tired, yawn, super happy, crazed.
But I'm fine.
Sometimes a little negative.
I'm fine.
No, I know. I didn't say you were wrong.
So why I don't understand this.
So I'm saying, give me something here. Work with
Just
me.
let her do her.
Yeah.
That's right, John.
So just kind of sit there.
Yeah, just chill.
All right, I'm gonna do the same.
All right. I know. 2 joints is.
I'm not bullying. I just don't know what to do. I'm confused. I don't know what to do.
I'm not doing anything.
No?
No.
So we're just gonna read the news? We're gonna go back into that?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we always do, right?
Yeah. All right. 41 minutes into this shit show. Well, 41:55 left in the points game over here. Yeah. I don't even know. I have no idea. All right. So let's move on to the next topic. How about that? Let's go back into the news over here. You got Johnny Bones Jones, the main event of the evening. And let's get a story on him as he's holding his belt up in the air.
According to MMAnews.com, John Jones has 2 adverse drug test findings. The UFC 235 bout is still on. As we all expected, the Nevada State Athletic Commission has revealed several drug test results from John Jones ahead of UFC 235, and there were 2 adverse findings. Since his failed UFC 214 drug test, Jones has been under the microscope more than ever when it comes to drug testing. His UFC 232 bout had to be moved to another state due to a trace amount of Turnaball being found in his system, which was described as a pulsing effect by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. That pulsing effect is still present in Jones' system. Jones will compete at UFC 235 despite 2 adverse drug test findings. When NSAC officials agreed to clear Jones to compete in the state of Nevada, they were sure to make it a point that if Jones were to pop for the M3 metabolite again, it would have to be within the same range of his prior atypical findings. That turned out to be the case prior to UFC 235, and there was a statement by NSAC.
All right. So John Jones, so what's his situation here? Did he test for more?
Nothing different than what we've already seen. He tested again before UFC 235. He popped twice, which we all expected for the same metabolite, the long-term metabolite.
But you said before, is it more? Did he test for more?
The first time he took the test was 20 picograms. The second time he took the test was 14 picograms. So that was a little odd, but they did say it was a pulsing effect. So they said that the amount of picograms doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that he tests for the same long-term metabolite every time, so that they know that he's not taking something else.
It's so weird. He's going to be stuck with this in his system forever. Like, we're constantly going to be talking picograms and all this bullshit. The amazing thing is when he steps on the scale, the crowd just applauds him. Like, they love him. They love the guy. We've said this before. It's all about what you do in the cage. It doesn't matter what you do outside the cage. If you perform, if you're a great athlete, we worship you no matter what. It's kind of bizarre, but that's just the world we live in. And John Jones back in the game. And listen, he went before he paid his prices, he paid his dues, and he made a deal. They said they're going to test him for X amount of time, and if you pass the test, we're fine. He's not passing, but he's just turning up with the same stuff. He's not getting anything new in his system. So I guess we can't light him on fire. It's just exhausting to constantly be talking about the same thing over and over again with this guy. So hopefully, it's legit. And I don't know. He's talking about baseball players having this in their system. I've never heard of this stuff. I've never heard of any of this stuff in any other athlete system that's constantly there. But we just move on. I can't light him on fire, right? He's fighting Anthony Smith, what I think is a layup fight. But who knows? If Anthony Smith dethrones him, then we're not talking about picograms anymore. Mm-hmm. We're talking about something completely different. So, what are your thoughts on that whole story, though?
I mean, it's not a surprise, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody else because it's the same exact shit that we've been seeing, and we knew this was going to happen. He is supposed to take one test every 2 weeks before his fights for the rest of his suspension. So, yeah. We know this isn't going to be the last time he pops positive for the M3 metabolite. It's going to keep coming up. It's going to keep fluctuating in the amount, because if this science is real, then what can you do? He's in the UFC. He's fighting. What can you do? It's
like Jessie said. I saw in the chat people are saying he just popped before the fights. No, it is every 2 weeks. They are consistently testing him. It's part of the game. That's what's happening. They're consistently testing him for, I forgot how many fights he said they're going to do this for, but it's for a little bit. And they're using him as like a guinea pig, as a test subject for this situation. it's so frustrating to constantly talk about the same thing over and over again until he pops for something else. I mean, what are we going to do? Unless the levels spike up significantly, I think that's when we like, okay, something's going on here. Or maybe he has it in a way where he's still taking something and it just maintains this balance that's in his system. Like, how is it maintaining like that? Maybe he's still taking something that keeps it there. I don't fucking know. I kind of don't care. You know? I kind of don't care. There's nothing we can do about it. You know, the whole UFC is a disaster with their belts, their interim titles, and their, you know, this is the sport now. So we move on. This is what we're going to have to deal with John Jones. If you want to applaud him, fine. If you want to boo him, fine as well. What else do we have in the news?
According to BJPenn.com, UFC 235 Anthony Smith responds to the recent John Jones drug test findings. Just to kind of add on to it, he said, quote, "It's expected. I didn't have any doubt in mind. For whatever reason, he tends to pulse when he gets close to a fight. I would have been more shocked if it wasn't that. It is what it is. I talked to the NSAC director, Bob Bennett, and we're good. I trust the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I don't understand the science behind it. It doesn't make any sense to any of us, right? But we're just regular people, so it doesn't make sense to me. Bob Bennett has been doing this a long time, and I just don't think that he would put me in a position where someone starts with a head start. But that's not me giving John a pass. You know, obviously there has been some sort of indiscretion there. At some point in time, he has used PEDs, and I don't think we can argue that. But as far as now, I think John is a clean athlete."
All right, so Anthony Smith, nothing but class coming from this guy. How could you not root for this guy, right? He's a class act. He wants to go in there. And we said it, he has nothing to lose. He really doesn't. He's going to go in there as a heavy underdog, a plus 620 on BetDSI. Link in the description. Promo code MMAHOLE.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, if you're him, what are you going to do? Complain about it? You're seeing Gustafsson say stuff about it. It doesn't get you anywhere, you know? So he's just going to go in there and go for it. So Anthony Smith versus John Jones happening tomorrow. We did a poll, and let's recycle it. Let's see if there's any new numbers over here on the MMA-Holes community section as we scroll down. There it is, and it's 58%. That's right, 58% say no. There will not be an upset. So John Jones getting the win this Saturday night. Let me know in the chat, Smith or Jones.
Two Joint says all calls from Chicago should be penalized and verified for authenticity. Eazy-E says Usman's painted face was odd. Staleo2, reefer on the fringe, you Tony. Michael Chapman says he's Mr. Pignose Swole Ninja. Reefer on the fridge says Staleo2, you retarded, bro. Staleo2 says Kevin is not from Chicago. Van Shipman Marty's gonna get beat by a rapper. Colby Johnson says what y'all think about Askren. Michael Chapman says pig nose. I think we have a topic on Askren.
All right, let's move over to Askren.
I don't know.
People want to know.
Oh, yeah, that one. Anyone?
All right. So you want to talk Askren? We'll bring it to Askren. This is something that happened today at the ceremonial weigh-ins. Okay. We can't really show the clip of it, but it was a little bizarre. Askren walks over to Dana White, and it looked like Dana was about to shake his hand. And that it wasn't a cordial exchange between the two. Like, Dana was kind of smiling and like talking to him, but Askren was very serious in his face and just kind of barking at him. I don't know what he was saying. I really don't. Let me know in the chat if you saw this. It was really weird. Big card tomorrow. He's fighting Robbie Lawler. They had their stare down, and Ben Askren was just in Dana's face. Ben Askren is not known to be an Adonis with his physique, but he is a fantastic grappler. Robbie Lawler looks like he is in the best shape of his life. The dude is shredded right now. He looks like he's taking this camp very serious, and it's a great fight. It's a tough one for me to pick. I'm leaning towards Ben, though. I am leaning towards Askren. Jessie, what do you think about this exchange over here between the two?
I didn't really get to see it because it did come up right beforehand, but based off of what I did see, like the small bit that I saw, I wouldn't look too far into it. I think that Askren might have just had a serious face when he was talking to him. It was clear that Dana White was not fazed, so I wouldn't read too much into it. I think it's a little ridiculous.
All right, let's see what the chat says about this whole situation.
That Asian girl is his girlfriend, says Michael Chapman. Vlad says eye-picking. Lawler, reefer on the fridge. MMA-Holes Askren doesn't cut weight. Evan Kennedy says Woodley sucks at rapping but good at keeping that belt. Post Reloaded says Lawler all day. Reefer on the fridge. He can make 155. Van Shipman, Askren is going to maul him. Skullcrackers, fake news. Ben was playing around. Duke Chronic, he looks like a Roman. Dominic Luna, Zabit or Stevens, Zabit.
Yeah, I'm going against the grain with this one. Should I say? I'm going to pick Jeremy Stevens. And I know it's not a wise pick. Everyone is on the Zabit train, but I kind of like Stevens in this one. I don't know. A lot of people like the long, lanky Zabit. He's fantastic. He's on a nice little roll. He is a minus 250. So Jeremy Stevens, you get a plus 209 over here. But I think little Heathen, he's got a little chip on his shoulder. And could you imagine if he knocks out Zabit? Just stops the hype train right there? It's possible. Zabit's smart with his style of fighting, but I kind of like the Heathen. You're definitely Zabit, though, right? All the way?
Yes.
All right, chat room, what do you say?
Stevens rocks says Jamie Colt post reloaded. I'm picking Stevens too. Michael Chapman, Stevens boy, Skullcracker Zabit has 0 power. Proper says whenever you get mad at imagine a T-Rex trying to masturbate.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Zabit says Reefer, Joe Rod, King Lawler throwing fireballs, Mac V, Dana's side piece. Drunk Savage says Zabit is the 145 division. Michael Chapman gonna know that Sands nig out knock. Oh, gonna knock that. Okay. Zane Rosby says Zabit versus Stevens will be like MVP versus Paul Daly. Charismatic Lemon says Stevens is no joke. Will be an interesting fight. Flat Earth Deacon says all Heathen a manlet. Stalio 2 says Reefer on the fridge. Do you hate me? Oof Kid says open cal. Boss Kogar Zabit can suck a dick.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What a comment right there. Zabit can suck the dick. I like that over there. I like that. All right, we have 31 minutes left in the points game. It's 25-12. So if you want to get in on the points game, say points to Mystic, points to JBH, and the loser has to roll the
Die of Doom.
Well, you didn't join in that time.
No, because you always try and throw me off.
No, I don't, but I don't
Or
try
I
to.
always get thrown off.
Yeah, I'm not trying to throw you off. I like you. You want to try? You want to get in on it? You want to do it? No. I think you should start smoking weed.
Me too.
I think you should. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
What do you think in the chat? Should Jessie start smoking weed? What do you think? It's kind of toke. Sit up straight. Yeah, hold on. Let me fix you up here. Get nice and cozy. Get nice close to the mic. There you go. Very stiff. We gotta loosen her up here, JBH. Loosen her up a little. Rub your back.
Yeah, you're just pulling my hair.
I'm pulling your hair. All right. All right, let's get back into the news. What else do we have here on the MMAHoles.com?
According to MMAnews.com, Kamaru Usman says that the division doesn't make Woodley a better wrestler.
All right.
Why are you asking if I'm mad? Wyatt? I'm not mad.
No, she's not mad. She's just like in the chill zone. Like Ann H, the chill zone.
I'm chilling.
NFG. Anytime you see JBH like this, just go NFG, no fucks given. That's the no fucks given zone.
Guys, I'm not mad. Like, honestly, I'm good.
Yeah, it's an NFG zone. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm good.
She's just feeling it. I don't know what she's feeling, but she's feeling it. Right?
No, you ever get in like those zones where you just have like a lot on your mind throughout the day, or like you get into those phases of like stretches of time where you just have so much on your mind and so much pressure on you and people don't understand the pressure, so like you're just dealing with it, so you just chill. You're just like, fuck it, fuck everything, fuck life. I'm gonna go kill myself now.
No, but it sounds like it sucks. It sounds like a shitty place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Listen, a lot of people think, overthink things. I'm guilty of that. I overthink things, but what I do is I preoccupy myself, right? I'll set a goal for something, and then I'll just basically obsess over it, and it could get ugly with my obsession.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of just like, yeah, fuck it, right?
Well, no, I try to distract myself, but then when the distractions don't work either, then I'm just like, I'm just going to kill myself down.
You need to get out of your head. I think that's what you need to do. There's just too much thinking. You need to stop thinking. Just enjoy this beautiful show with 134 people staring right into your face right now. 134 people looking into your face, Jessie. It's not every day you get that. Okay. All right, back to the news.
Kamaru Usman is not convinced that Tyron Woodley is a superior wrestler than him. In fact, he believes that he would have dominated Woodley had the two competed in college. In a recent media scrum, Kamaru Usman refuted Tyron Woodley's claim that being a Division I All-American is sufficient proof that he is a superior wrestler than Usman, who competed at the Division II level. Professor Usman would proceed to lecture reporters and the MMA community about why he believes Woodley's claim is fallacious. Usman said, quote, "See, this is the thing that you guys don't know. This is the thing that a lot of Division I wrestlers like to hang on to. Oh, I wrestled Division I. I wrestled Division I. That doesn't matter. There's 3 divisions, NCAA-wise, Division 1, 2, and 3. At the Division 1, you've got schools like Nebraska. You've got schools like Penn State. These multi-billion type schools that are bringing in revenue with their football program. So they have a lot more money to go around. They can actually pay 16 to 20 guys a full scholarship on the roster. But Division 2 are a little bit smaller schools to where now when you talk about a student body of 40,000 to 50,000, you're talking about 15,000 to 20,000 kids. That scholarship is not as big. So translated over to Division 3 where they don't even give out an athletic scholarship. It's all about academic scholarships. So now translated over to competition. Of course, a lot more kids are going to want to go to Division 1 schools. They feel like, oh, I'm going to get free money. And then Division 2 schools, lesser kids are going to want to go to Division 2 schools to where Division 3, if I can get an athletic scholarship, why would I settle for that school? In an NCAA tournament, Division 1, you'll probably get 16 kids in a bracket that are tough wrestlers to where now you go to Division 2, it's not that many kids who went there for scholarships, so you'll get maybe 8 to where now you go to Division 3, you get maybe
Oh
the
my
top
God.
3.
This is so annoying. All right, Marty, we get it. We get it. You go to a shittier school, it's just as good as going to a good school. We get it, Marty. Like he's just babbling about who cares, Marty Usman. Listen, I'm picking you tomorrow. JBH is picking you tomorrow, but no one gives a fuck. No one gives a. All right, Marty Usman, Kimura Usman reminds me of another version of El Kukui. Now, El Kukui is very well-rounded. Marty is not as well-rounded as him, but he's a good fighter with a long winning streak. He's just cringe outside of the cage. Same with Tony Ferguson, right? You're a good fighter with a long winning streak. You're cringe outside of the cage. Kimura Usman will beat Tyron Woodley tomorrow. It is not going to be pretty. It will not. He will grind and hump and use that Nubian strength of his.
Wonderful, wonderful.
He will use that Nigerian strength, and he will press Tyron Woodley against the cage. He will be the strongest one ever to push Tyron against the cage, and Tyron will have nothing for it. I know he's a good wrestler, Tyron. I know Tyron stuffed Damian Maia, and he's got bombs in his hands. But I'm telling you right now, get ready to pull out a fucking pillow because Marty Usman is going to blanket Tyron Woodley. He's going to get the belt from Tyron Woodley, and then everyone's fucked because you're going to see another snoozer when Usman fights Colby Covington. The mystical one has spoken. Now, what do you think about the whole thing, about this whole school thing, the wrestling?
I really could care less.
It's so long-winded. It's like, who gives a fuck? Get in the cage.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see this.
I look at it this way. If they want to talk about who the better wrestler is, why don't they both get in the cage, wrestle each other, and then we'll find out that way.
Well, there is going to be wrestling. A lot of times they say, two wrestlers nullify each other, and then you see a striking match. I don't see that really happening. I see a lot of stuff takedowns. I see a lot of clinching and turning and rubbing around. Maybe Woodley could catch him on the way in or against. I don't know what's going to happen with Woodley over there. All I know is he's getting blanketed. That's all I know. Marty is not going to lay off. He is not going to lay off in this thing. Hopefully it's an interesting fight. I don't see it being interesting, but let's see what the chat says.
Kevin Costa says, Kimura looks like he smells like ass. Exco says, Chris, when you guys break up, will you tell us all the shit you hate about Jessie? I mean, he kind of already does tell you guys things that bother him about me. So
I do?
Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time. But I'm sure he would. Yeah.
Okay.
Grinding Against the Cage says, Reefer on the fridge. Ric Flair says, I have a better BJJ than you, Moss.
You do. I'm pretty sure the whole chat does.
Steve Johnson says, the middle of the country is garbage. Nothing comes out of there. David Flores Jr. says, my ninjas, Jay Protege, they're at the same level in wrestling. Open Call says, Oof Kid. Exco says, LOL. Chill Jesse says, MacV. Okay. Sorry, I'll calm down. Bad Barracuda says, where's the link to the free stream? Well, this is it.
You son of a bitch, Barracuda. All right. Anyway, if you're thinking this stream is weird, I see a couple of comments in there. Yeah, it is weird. The middle of the stream, we got a little awkward. It happens here on the MMA-Holes, and deal with it. All right. So we have 23 minutes left in the points game. Thank God. How many stories do we have left?
4.
4 stories. We'll open up some phone lines. We'll get your calls. Tomorrow will be live for a long time. 8 o'clock is when we're starting for this card, UFC 235. And I promise the energy will be way higher than tonight. Tonight, we are, I don't know what's going on tonight, but there's something in the air tonight, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm singing, but this is happening. John Jones, Anthony Smith. And that shit is going down. We'll be live 8 p.m. Eastern time for that shite. So hang with the boys tomorrow.
Hang with the boys.
All right. What else do we have in the chat room? I mean, not chat room, sorry. In the news, Jessie. Oh, this is going to be a good one.
According to Bleacher Report, UFC Hall of Famer Matt Hughes denies domestic violence allegations from his wife and his brother. Former UFC welterweight champion Matt Hughes has denied allegations of domestic violence by his wife Audra Hughes and his brother. On Thursday, Hughes released a statement on Instagram after TMZ Sports reported Tuesday that his wife and brother Audra and Mark Hughes had each obtained a restraining order against him. Audra said Hughes committed a series of physical attacks on her, while Mark's request came after Hughes allegedly roughed up Mark's 15-year-old son in September. Hughes' statement made reference to serious brain injuries he suffered in June 2017 when his car was struck by a train. He said, quote, "Unfortunately, my marriage was not perfect long before the accident, but never, never, never would I or have I physically hurt those who I care about most. I do not resent those who are trying to hurt me and paint me out to be a monster through these false allegations. I understand now that they are just doing what they need to do in order to rid me of their lives forever so theirs can return to normalcy." The 45-year-old Illinois native said, quote, his life has been changed forever by the crash and that he's not the same person. He added that some days are absolute hell. He said, quote, if there is one silver lining that this accident has revealed, it is the ability to see who my future friends or who my true friends are, to know who are faithful and have never given up on me even when I am at my lowest. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do not know where I would be without you. Court documents from Audra's request for a restraining order said Hughes also threatened to shoot her during an argument in July per TMZ reports. Alexander K. Lee and Mark Ramundi of MMA Fighting reported court records show Matt Hughes filed for divorce on February 21st. The two-time welterweight champion last fought at UFC 135 in September 2011. He was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame in May 2010. Prior to his MMA career, Hughes was a decorated wrestler at the high school and collegiate levels.
Wait, so he did file for divorce?
Yes.
February 21st.
Yes.
So he was looking to get the fuck out of there, right? So they had some issues. They had some problems. We're not there, so we don't know what the hell's going on. All we know is the man got hit by a train, and he was a fantastic UFC fighter. Maybe he's a knucklehead. I don't know. But now he's denying the rumors. Okay. What do you think about that? Do you think the rumors are fake? I mean, the stories are fake. Accusations, I should say.
Like I said before, it's hard for us to tell because, and like you said, we're not there. So it sucks because the first story that we heard, the first seed that was planted was against him. So, of course, everybody's got this idea against him. And by him coming out and making a statement, it's not going to do much of a push in his favor because we've already got that seed planted. But at the same time, I mean, you know, for all we know, he is completely innocent. And maybe he was just having problems in his relationships and, you know, they are just trying to find a way to push him out.
Yeah, you know, he's not currently competing, right? So, I mean, honestly, the guy got hit by a fucking train. He's a mess. He's a complete mess. I don't know what's going on in his personal life, nor do I care, to be honest. We dropped the story. We spoke about it. We, you know, brought it to the community. But I really don't care about what's going on in his personal life. Hopefully, these are inaccurate accusations. You know, to slam a woman against the shower and, you know, threaten to shoot her and shit like that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But, you know, sometimes guys lose their shit. You know, you got to fucking throw a woman against the wall, you know. Right?
Yes.
Sometimes you guys just throw a girl against the wall. You know, just pick them up, boom, right against the wall. I don't know. But Matt Hughes, I'm not going to light him on fire too much anymore. I mean, we don't know the story. And hopefully, hey, he's getting divorced, split up, go your separate ways, and hopefully everything can come back together for Matt Hughes. A legend of the sport, but, you know, hot water outside of it. All right, what else do we have in the news, JBH?
According to BJPen.com, Tyron Woodley reacts to Colby Covington's antics in Las Vegas.
Okay, this should be interesting. All right.
Speaking at a pre-fight scrum this weekend, Tyron Woodley addressed these antics from Colby Covington. He said, quote, Colby had two chances. He was supposed to fight me in September. He was supposed to fight me in this fight. So, I mean, are you guys tired of these shenanigans with Colby? Who really even cares anymore? Darren Till was probably stiffest competition out of all the welterweights. Usman is a better fighter and tougher fighter than Colby. So me beating Colby is just for you guys, just for the fans, just to shut him up. As Tyron Woodley mentions above, he still plans to fight Colby Covington. From the sounds of it, however, a fight with Covington could be his last in the welterweight division, at least for a while. He said, quote, I'm going to fight this fight. I'm going to beat up Colby. After that, then I'm going to go for the middleweight belt. I'm going after the middleweight belt. If I'm successful at grabbing a middleweight belt, then I'll sit down with my coaches. It'll have been one hell of a year. I've defended twice at welterweight, captured the middleweight belt. I've wiped out the division at this point in time. It gives the welterweight some time to shuffle a little bit more if I move to middleweight.
All right. So now he's changing his song and dance. He was like laughing and chuckling not too long ago, a couple of days ago, saying that he's going to fight Colby Covington after he beats Usman. Now he's talking about going back to middleweight. Like he was middleweight. I'm going to fuck up Colby Covington. Now I'm going back to middleweight.
Yeah.
What is the deal, Tyron? Are you ducking Colby Covington? Well, it doesn't really matter, because you're going to lose to Marty Usman. Man, could there be two more annoying people fighting each other like Woodley and Usman?
Maybe they'll humble each other a little.
I mean, they both clearly respect each other. Some people may forget this, and they're going to be hugging the shit out of each other after the fight too as well. Because they both respect each other. Woodley has been quoted saying that Usman is a younger version of himself. This is what Woodley said about Usman. These are words that came out of Tyron Woodley's mouth. So Woodley knows damn well that Usman is legit, okay? I do believe that Woodley thinks that he can beat him, but he knows he's legit. There's going to be a lot of humbleness after the fight. They're going to hug it out. They're going to have black-on-black romance going on. A lot of bumping and grinding after the fight. No. But the whole Colby Covington thing is bizarre. Now, if Woodley loses this fight, how is he going up to middleweight? I don't know if he's going to be. I mean, he did defend the belt multiple times, so maybe you can throw him in the mix. But the double champ thing is out the window, so he has to win this belt to move up. Do you want to see Woodley move up to middleweight or fight Colby Covington next fight if he does beat Kamaru Usman?
Do I want to see Woodley what? I'm sorry.
What do you want to see next for Woodley if he beats Usman?
I'd like to see him go up to middleweight because I think that'd be an interesting, like he said, it could shuffle the division he's in right now, and for him to go up to middleweight, I think it could open up a few more opportunities not only for him but for other fighters. So I think it'd be really cool to see him go up to middleweight. But if he decides to stay at the division that he's in now, I mean, I don't think there's much dodging Colby Covington for very long.
My opinion is you have to fight Colby Covington. That has to happen. You talked all this shit. You want an easy fight, blah, 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 blah. Beat Usman and take that easy fight versus Colby Covington. If you move up to middleweight, we're going to hear Colby Covington barking like a motherfucker. Take that easy fight. If you say he's an easy fight, take it. Well, he better fight Colby Covington if he beats Usman. I would be so disappointed if he doesn't. I really would. I understand he wants to get paid and this and that, but you ran your mouth. Stand by your words and take the fucking fight. Let's see what the chat says about this situation.
Woodley smokes Adesanya, Gaslam, and Whitaker says Pulse Reloaded. Michael Chapman says dicks out for Jessie.
Woo.
Thanks, Chapman. Reefer on the fridge says real. Do you think the 1-year title defense clause cares? Jason Brody says this stream is off a little tonight, boys. I feel some tension. Maybe you guys need to sort things off camera. Maybe JBH is just stressed out. There's nothing we need to sort off camera, guys. I'm telling you right now. Let me make one thing clear. There's really nothing that we need to sort off camera. Everything is actually good. It's a normal night, guys. Everybody has a normal night.
No, you're allowed to say off. I've had off nights too.
Night.
Yeah, you're allowed. Here's the thing.
Honestly, unless you think there's something that needs to be sorted.
No, honestly, listen. I've been here before. Like, we have off nights. I've had off nights. You have off nights. It happens. We're fucking human. Here's the difference between YouTube and Fox and ESPN and all these produced shows. You have producers, you have all this fun stuff. You have cue cards and, the live reads and all that bullshit. This is fucking YouTube. We're live 3 days a week, guaranteed, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We do fight reactions. Sometimes we do 3 fight reactions a week.
We are live 5 nights a week because we do either gaming streams or something like that. Like, we're always doing something. Yeah,
this is our second stream today. We did 2 streams today. This is our second stream today. So it's a lot. We're human beings. With that being said, I am perfect. So I never am off. All right. But Jessie is not perfect. So in a relationship, she's fantastic. She's the most perfect girl in the world. No, I'm only kidding. I had to fuck with you a little bit there.
Yeah.
No, but we are human beings. It is what it is. Like, sometimes, You're just not feeling it. You know, there are nights where I told Jessie, I'm just like, I feel like complete shit. And then boom, the lights go on. MMA-Holes, scream like a lunatic. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love this shit. Jessie loves this shit. That's
we
why
just show it differently. Like when he's having an off night, it doesn't look like it. He's better at making it look like he's perfectly fine. I am the type of person to wear what is going on in my head on the shell. So you're going to see it a little more from me because I just don't hide it that well.
Thank you, Colby. I know it's very inspirational. Yeah, I don't even give a fuck. Here's the thing. When you have a co-host, you're a team. You know, that's how it works. We're a team. So it doesn't, I don't know what to expect. Jessie's a fucking wild card. She really is. You never know. And that's what makes her special to this show. Sometimes she's fucking shot out of a cannon. Sometimes she's not, but you never know what you're going to see. And that is something that you're not going to see in other channels. You're going to see the same bullshit recorded over and over and over again of people breaking down fights and people saying this or trying to ruffle feathers. This show is different every fucking time. And especially because of JBH, you know? So we move on. We move on. Points to Mystic, by the way. I mean, this is unacceptable. This is unfucking acceptable. 11 fucking minutes left in this game, and I should win this game tonight. I deserve the win. For God's sakes. All right, let's go back into the news over here. Paige Van Zandt. Let's see what tit implants has.
All right. According to MMA Fighting, Paige Van Zandt reveals she broke her arm again and shows a gruesome photo. After a year of sitting out with injury, it appears Paige Van Zandt's return will be short-lived. Last year, Van Zandt broke her arm during the opening round of her flyweight debut against Jessica Rose Clark. Van Zandt went on to lose a decision and then had surgery to fix the arm. Unfortunately, that surgery didn't work, and Van Zandt had to have a second surgery on the arm last summer. The second surgery proved successful, and Van Zandt made a full recovery. Van Zandt returned to action this past January for the UFC's ESPN debut, rebounding from her loss to Clark with an armbar win over Rachel Ostovich. She was later linked to a fight with Poliana Botello at UFC 236, but was pulled from that fight earlier this week. Now we know why. On Thursday, Van Zandt took to Twitter, posting a message revealing that she had broken her arm again. She later posted an image on her Instagram stories showing the damage. The Twitter post said, quote, "Well, I fractured my arm again, so there's that." Then there is a picture, if we just click the link here. And that is a picture of Van Zandt's broken arm for everybody to see. We are not doctors here, but that certainly does appear to be a severely broken arm. Van Zandt did not elaborate on whether the break will require surgery, but it is safe to say another extended layoff is in store for 12 gauge.
This one can't fucking stay healthy. She cannot stay healthy, Paige. And I kind of don't care. But she had a pretty impressive victory, last time. So good for Paige on this one. God damn. She's like Mrs. Glass.
Well, like I said in the article, she got the surgery for the broken arm from Rachel Ostovich the first time around, but the surgery proved unsuccessful. So it re-broke and she had to go in again the past summer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Paige Van Zandt, I'm not a Paige Van Zandt fan, although her last fight was impressive. She did a good job getting the W in her last fight, but she just doesn't do it for me. Like she's incredibly annoying, and I don't know. What else do we have? And speaking, this is not even a segue, so I'm just gonna get into this guy over here. Check this out, Crow Cop. Big news coming in, and Jessie, some people might be very sad about this.
Yeah. According to BJPenn.com, Mirko Crow Cop announces his retirement from MMA after suffering a stroke. Another legend of mixed martial arts has decided to hang up the gloves. On Friday, former Pride, UFC, and Bellator heavyweight star Mirko Crow Cop announced that he's ending his fighting career. Crow Cop explained that he is ending his fighting career because he suffered a stroke shortly after his last fight, a decision defeat of Roy Nelson, and that he can no longer withstand damage to the head. Mirko Crow Cop made this announcement on Nedvinic Nov TV in his native Croatia. He said, quote, "It's over. I hope I'm not going to cry, but that's the inevitable retirement. I had a stroke, bleeding in the brain, and I came out of the hospital today, and that's why I wanted to come here to see people feel good. I had an unbelievable luck in the accident. Now I have to fight for life." While some MMA retirements tend to be short-lived, Mirko Crow Cop assured his retirement will be permanent because he simply has no choice. He said, quote, "I will never enter the ring again. I cannot let someone hit me. I have to have a control magnet to do in 3 months. After that, I will train again, boxing bags, and there is no such thing as a fight. I will never go to fight again."
What a career this guy had, and thank God they found that shit. I mean, Jesus, that sounds pretty serious. But there you go. Crow Cop retiring. Been around in every organization over here. Comes off with a win. And that's it. That's it for him. Man, could you imagine a stroke in the brain? Jesus Christ. Sometimes I feel like I'm having a stroke in the brain while I'm doing this show. You know? I think I'm having one right now.
Why?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I always feel like it. Do you guys feel like that? Like, I always feel like I have everything. Like, everything's, like, that's it. And sometimes I wake up, I'm like, this is the last day of my life.
You always
I know
say that, though.
It's bizarre, right?
Like, sometimes I want to kill myself because you say that. I'm like, oh, well, what, is this going to be the day that he croaks?
Well, yeah. I mean, some people are hypochondriacs, and I am one of them. You hear something there, like, fuck, I think I got that. You know? I'm going to fly to Croatia and go to the doctors over there. Everyone's dropping Croatias in the chat. But, yeah, man.
So I said it wrong.
Guy. Yeah, I know. We're just fucking around. Anyway, any more stories?
Nah.
Okay. 7 more minutes left in the points game. Maybe we'll open up some phone lines as we wait for the finale over here. It is 12-25. Thank you for playing along tonight on the MMA-Holes Fook Off Friday. If you'd like Mystical to win, you go points to Mystic or points to JBH. But this is it with 7 minutes left in the game. We are winding it down. Thank you, Pulse Reloaded, for this package, a birthday package. I will open it up on my birthday next Friday. If you want to send me something, address down below. 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. Who will win tonight's points game? I feel strong.
Wonderful.
I feel strong that the boys will unite. All right, let's open up these phone lines over here and get some peeps on the call. I see Kevin from Chicago is dying to get in.
Ugh.
He is dying. He's sitting by the phones like, please, let me get on. I gotta go on. And he wants to call in. He wants it. He wants the meatloaf.
Do your best Kevin from Chicago impersonation.
Nah, let him call in. He'll do his own impersonation.
You can't impersonate. You impersonate everyone. You can't impersonate Kevin.
Nah, I give up. I've retired from my impersonations. That's
Moss
it.
playing the safe card?
No, I'm playing safe. I retired. I retired from impersonations. Here we go. 516-522-0267. I want to get a new phone line too. This whole Google Voice thing is fucking up our camera. I have no idea why it's happening. But maybe it won't happen now.
Yeah.
We have the it's not doing it. You are live with the MMA-Holes. What is your name and what is on your mind?
Hey fuckers, I'm back from Wednesday. I have my predictions for the cards.
Go for it, yeah.
Predictions. Walker's going to knock out whatever that fucking Russian's name. Abraham Lincoln's going to win by decision. Carver's going to get knocked out. Tin Can's going to get fucking destroyed.
Well, who?
Tomato can.
Oh, Tomato Can.
Tiny Tornado. Yeah,
Tomato Can, yeah.
Askren's going to get knocked out by Robbie. Woodley's going to it's going to be at
Oh, fuck, we lose him. Go ahead, repeat. What's the Woodley one? You dropped out.
Woodley's going to be, it's going to be a replay of the Damian Maia fight.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay, I see what you're saying there. And would you say John Jones or Anthony Smith?
Smith. Smith's going to shock the world.
I like this guy.
I think it's going to be, think it's going to be a finish. He's going to get him close in the clinch and then hit him with the knee, kind of similar to the Rashad Evans knockout.
All right. Thanks for the call. Look at that. I tell you what. That's the kid that was calling. He's the best. We need a nickname for him. What kind of nickname should we give to the kid?
The kid of the calls.
Kid of the calls?
Yeah.
The kid of the calls. All right. So there is his picks. We should every fight night or pay-per-view, we should have him call in and give his picks over there. And we got to get his parents on the phone, too.
It was interesting to me, though, that he said Robbie Lawler was going to knock out Askren. I think I disagree with that one, but I like his picks, though. I think that they're pretty good picks.
All right. Let's see what your picks are. 516-522-0267. 3 more minutes left in the points game. You are live with the MMA-Holes. What is your name and what is on your minds?
Moss, you said Covington shtick is getting old?
Yes.
He just fought recently. When was that? 6 months ago in the summer, in July.
Okay.
And he tried to take a fight with Woodley, but he got that nose surgery, and it was like we wanted him to fight in a month. Come on, you can't let him fight in a month for a title fight like that. You got to give him some time to rest up and recover, so he'll be ready for the title fight. And Dana White said, "Oh, he didn't take the fight. You got to keep moving." dude, he just got off a fight. You got to give him time to recover, let him recuperate. They barely gave him any time. And then he said, and he's doing a great job. I think he's doing a great job keeping his name out there. He's still making all the lines, all the headlines. Everybody's always talking about him. And he said Tyron Woodley, he's fighting this week, so we don't got to talk about him. Well, dude, last time he's fighting, he got pay-per-view points against Darren Till. How many did it sell? 180,000 pay-per-views?
Yeah, it wasn't anything spectacular, but we did good on it.
That's why he's on the John Jones card, because he can't sell shit unless he's riding off John Jones' coattails.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, he's due for a big fight. Whatever happens next, they will be tuning in for the Covington fight.
All right.
But I did notice Usman. He looked like he was about a weight class bigger than Woodley, didn't he?
He does look pretty big. Well, he's taller, and he looks like he's packed on some more muscle too.
He looked like more muscular and bigger frame, taller and wider. I think I'm going with you on this one. I think Usman may be able to get it done. He's able to take Woodley's best shot in that first round and weather the storm and wear him down.
Kevin, why are you in the chat as a different account right now, dropping King of the Calls?
Is that you?
Why are you talking to us and in the chat promoting yourself?
I'm not in the chat right now.
Oh, so you're not Johnny from Alaska?
No.
Oh, shit. There's an imposter of you in the chat.
Probably BLT.
Yeah, Johnny from Alaska. That's an imposter for sure.
Oh, my God. All right, back to you. What are you saying about Usman?
Usman, man, I think I'm going with them for the upset.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna. That's a lockdown, Usman. I think he's gonna be able to take a shot. Remember, he took that spinning back fist from who's the Viking dude? Meek.
Yeah.
Emil Meck. He took a clean spinning back fist right to the side of the head from Emil Meck, and he's got a chin on him. That's a good sign. If you can take a spinning back fist from that dude, I think you might be able to take Woodley's best shot. And we know how Woodley fights. He's a coward. He likes to back against the cage, and he breaks under pressure. He folds under pressure. He just relies on his athleticism and his explosiveness. And when he gets into deep waters and stuff, he breaks. Roy McDonald broke him. Nate Marquardt broke him. And his other fights with Wonderboy Thompson, it's boring, man. Usman's got the mental toughness to do it. He got the immigrant mentality. Even though he's annoying as hell,
okay.
I'm going to go with Usman. And as far as Jones versus Smith, man, I hope Smith don't get taken down, because that's the one thing that Jones could do. He can take him down and ragdoll him, and this fight can be over really quick and it'd be such a boring fight. It could be a really exciting fight if Smith is able to keep it on the feet. You think Jones is going to take him down and destroy him like he did Gustafsson? How do you think that's going to do?
All right. Thanks for the call, Kevin. There we go. Kevin coming in. 5 seconds left in the points game. No drama over here. And there's Kevin's picks. And well, that was anticlimactic. There we go. Yeah, I know Kevin kind of ruined the
way to fucking blab, Kevin.
Well, I lost. Shocker. I lost. It's another shocking experience. I have to roll the die of doom. All right, here we go. Thank you, Kevin Costa. You asshole. All right, so what?
Oh, Kevin Costa. I thought you were talking about Kevin.
Well, yeah, Kevin Costa was really the reason I lost this goddamn game. For God's sakes.
Well, that's my boy.
Nah, you son of a bitch. But thank you for the donations tonight. I will roll the die of doom. Tomorrow is UFC 235. And I got to say this. I was thinking of other things here. I mean, how many times are you going to see me lose this game?
Yeah,
right?
how many times are we going to see him roll Bean Boozled?
And it's like, maybe we should switch it up. Maybe
I
Fuko
agree.
Friday should be a format change over here.
I concur.
Let me know in the chat if you'd like to see something different over here. I don't know. I feel like this, like when we have weird shows, our points game never really works, you know? So it's like, if we have a weird show, we should do a wild card thing. Like if we're going weird show, we go a completely direction and go a different show. I don't know. We got to talk that out. But it is time for me to roll the die of doom. The Simps prevail again. The Simps prevail once again. You son of a bitches. But that's okay. I'm a man of my word, and I will roll this die.
Here he goes. Roll. Up. Does that count? Yeah.
That's choice.
Woo!
Yes! But it doesn't count.
Come on. You get Bean Boozled and Pizza Face all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It was chat's choice. It was chat's choice.
All right. It landed on chat's choice on the floor. If you think it should be a re-roll, let me know in the chat. Re-roll or
chat's choice?
Chat's choice. Let me know in the chat what you say. We'll do it right now. I think it's a re-roll because it's got to stay on the chair.
Didn't land, in fairness, it didn't land on the couch. So.
All right, let's see what they say. Let's see what the chat says.
Re-roll, re-roll, re-roll. Chat choice, re-roll, no re-roll, re-roll. I want to bash JBH. Being boozled, chat choice, re-roll. I'm seeing more re-rolls than chat choice in
All
there.
right. You know what's funny too, and we're gonna re-roll, but chat's choice would work better because you won't be stuck with something different. But all right, here we go.
Yeah, I would have chosen chat's choice,
Yeah,
but you
all
guys
right.
done fucked up. So great job.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll
Ready?
it on the couch. What is it? Chat roast.
We haven't done this in a while. It is chat roast.
Now you guys get a light Mystic Moss on fire.
Okay. Chat roast works like this. To the new viewers out there, 118 people still hanging with the boys tonight.
We posted on Instagram.
Since I've lost this game tonight, I must be lit on fire. So it is time for the chat roast. There is the chat roast room. You in the chat have to roast me for the duration of the chat roast song. Are you ready in the chat? Jessie, are you ready for this?
I love the chat roast, so absolutely I'm ready for this.
Hit me with the ones.
You guys better come up with some good stuff.
Now, a roast, if you don't know what it is, well, you get proceed to make fun of me. Comedy. I want to see some comedy. I want to see some good zingers coming my way. Roast the fuck out of me. Let's have some fun. I'll post this on Instagram at the MMA-Holes. And let's get this party going. There we go. Chat roast. We haven't done this in a while.
I know.
All right, here we go. Everyone get your roasts in. I'm going to start this song very shortly.
I'll start the song. You get in frame. I'll start the song.
All right, hold on a second. All right. Here we go.
Ready?
Well, it's not long enough. Okay.
And let the roast begin.
It's a chat roast. Chat roast. In the chat, we're gonna roast your face. We're gonna make fun of you all day. Stupid hair, stupid smile, chat roast. Fuck your feelings, it's time to hurt them, chat roast. A fucking chat roast. A fucking chat roast. Chat roast. Fuck your feelings. MMA-Holes about to ruin your day. Make you diarrhea from the horrible words. Fuck your feelings and your genitals. Fuck Friday up your ass. Fuck Friday in your eardrums. Fuck Friday. Chat roast. Fuck Friday. A fucking chat roast. Fuck Friday. A fucking chat roast. Fuck Friday. A fucking chat roast. Chat roast. The fucking chat roast. The fucking chat roast. Chat roast.
Oh, some good stuff in there.
How was the roast?
Good stuff.
My God. Whew.
How does it feel to be roasted?
It felt good. It felt good. Thank you. Thank you to the chat for participating in the chat roast. Appreciated everything
Now
that you
it's gonna
guys
get
said.
clipped and thrown on Instagram.
We'll throw it on the IG. All right. Well, that was the chat roast. They lost to the Die of Doom. Shocker.
Ah, shit.
You can't.
One day, I'm going to get it.
I have, Jessie, I'm very strong.
Yeah.
I'm a very powerful man. I'm strong.
Oh!
She got it. She fucking got me. Son of a bitch. Damn it. Son of a bitch. By the way, check this out over here. In case you didn't see our Instagrams, that son of a bitch, she got me. Check this out. This is our IG post for the day. If you want to see it. That's what you're missing if you're not following us on Instagram. It's at the MMA-Holes. I swear to God, the shit I do for this show, it is unbelievable. It is. I'm like it's unbelievable. Just to make her laugh. As long as she's smiling, I will fucking take a die to the fucking head.
Not true.
I will lose the points
You
game.
don't care if
I am the
smiling.
greatest boyfriend of all time. I'm the greatest host of all time. Mystic Moss! By the way, I got you back, motherfucker. Check that out. The Pythons are out. We will be live tomorrow. Oh, you're happy the show's over, aren't you, you son of a bitch? She's like, I'm clocking out. Let's eat and go to sleep. That's all right. I'm not putting this on Podbean, but we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for UFC 235. That is right. Check us out on Podbean and iTunes. This show will not be going, but Monday and Wednesday shows are usually always there. So you can listen to the audio version on Podbean and iTunes, and we will be live for the preliminaries. That's right. We're going to start it off with Diego Sanchez versus Mickey Gall. We have some special guests that'll be sitting on the casting couch behind us right over here. So we got to move the present. Shout out to our sponsors, BetDSI and Duplex Entertainment. That's right. BetDSI, if you want to get your bets in, promo code MMA-HOLE, link in the description. And I would advise you to do it soon because these bets don't always stay the way they are. It's plus 625 for Anthony Smith. Very lopsided over there. So if you want to drop some bets, that's the place to do it. Jessie, I'm going to put the camera on you because you have won the points game once again. And we are about to finish this fucking show.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole.